Survival House Network.
And don't like the brags, I don't like the boast. They like hot butter on the breakfast toast. Watching flicks, talking chicks, I like to motorboat. Can Riverman make it, yo, a check? Nope. So look at all these movies I got. Commenting like, should we watch them or not? And I know they just be acting for cash, but I still got one question to ask. Like, why'd he do that, do that, do that? If that was me, I'd be like, screw that, screw that, screw that. I'm an alpha, I'd eat through that, through that, through that. So why'd he do that, do that, do that?
All right, what's up, gang? BTM Podcast back. Zach and myself, and we got Riverman in tow.
Yeah, guys, you drug me out of bed, and I'm back on the podcast for my second in the past, month?
Yeah, that
6 months?
That was a really uncomfortable pause. I thought you'd already left us. Like, that didn't last long.
Really?
I was like waiting. Well, I'm so used to Zach jumping in before I'm even done saying, right? Like our text user overlaps. And so I just kind of assumed.
I'm fucking, I'm dead. I've got coronavirus.
I just assumed you were going to do it too. And it was like crickets for 2.5 seconds. It was really odd. But I think also Riverman, to be fair, is rusty. So
Rusty Shackelford.
I don't think he's quite in podcast zone yet.
No, it's been a while, so bear with me.
Right.
Well, get your fucking gear. Get into gear. Fucking, you're in the retardation station.
See what I'm saying, River? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I expect now. Like,
this is my first cinema enema too, I believe.
This isn't cinema enema. This is you don't even know this fucking show you're on, River. This is BTM commentary.
Whatever.
Motherfucker. Okay, so let me clarify. Let me clarify something. Yeah, you can cut it if you want, but this is how rusty he is. Riverman was actually on Cinema Enema that we recorded. I don't know what Zach's up to, but maybe he'll put that out. I don't know if that's going to be out by the time this is. I'm not really
How
savvy.
the fuck is that going to be out before Wednesday?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why what River said made no sense. I'm just trying to clarify. He was already on Cinema Enema, but it's not out yet. It will follow
We
this
haven't
one.
even recorded it yet.
You jokers have so many shows. I don't know which ones are which.
Oh, you're right. We haven't been.
You forgot that we hadn't friggin' recorded yet? You're both retarded.
Okay, listen. We're all in quarantine, all right? We all get a pass. I'm going batshit crazy. You know what? I was sitting on my couch the other day, yesterday actually, and I was staring at my rug, the same rug I've had for probably 4 years. And I'm so off the walls crazy right now from being locked in these four walls. I started seeing like patterns, and I noticed a bunch of dicks all over it. Like, my rug is covered with dicks. You know, like the ink blot stuff. Like, there's cocks all over my rug, and there's like cock patterns. And I never would have saw something like that when I had a life. But anyway, Zach's right. So my bad. We're recording that actually like tomorrow as of this recording. But anyway, Riverman's going to join us for that, which we're going to be doing his pick, which is, how do you say it? Poughkeepsie tapes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never saw it, so it's new to me as well.
I watched it. I'm not even going to give you guys spoilers on my thoughts on it, but you know, whatever. But today we're doing a BTM commentary. That's a big shock to Riverman, apparently. And we're kind of wrapping up our bio-horror month. And we're doing it with a bang because we're doing The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And it's a classic. There's a lot to talk about, I guess, with this movie. I don't know how much we're going to be able to dish out that people don't know because it's a pretty well-documented flick. But let's go ahead and get started. Is this a rip from a DVD or a Blu-ray, Zach, or anything like that?
I'd assume.
Okay, so basically it means he downloaded it illegally. All right. Fucker. All
hey,
right.
I bought a copy on Vudu, so we're good.
Okay. Oh, you're watching it on Vudu? Man, get ready to not keep up with us.
No, I'm not watching it tonight, but technically we do own it. So.
Okay, rock on. No, I own it as well. Anyway, and I own the Shout Factory one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I don't know how this one, where does it start then, Zach? Do you know?
At the beginning of the movie.
All right, is there any logos or anything? Any production company
There is
stuff?
no logos at the beginning of this movie.
Okay, so I guess best of luck to all you guys because I'm not getting a lot of answer there. So we're going to go and get started in 3, 2, 1, play.
See, Aaron's a fucking noob. Everybody knows that this movie doesn't start with the fucking Universal logo. It's one of like 2 of them that does. Fucking, they didn't put it on the beginning of this movie.
Well,
fucking noob.
You got this from like the deep web, dude. For all I know, this has some whatever fucking shit on the front of it. I was just making sure.
Child porn.
Probably
they sliced child porn into throughout the film.
Knowing the caverns you fucking tread down.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's very interesting to note that Ennio Morricone did this movie. It's just weird. It's very much an odd flick in his filmography.
It won a fucking Razzie for worst score when it came out.
Which is silly.
Really? This did?
Yeah. No, well, the score. Yeah, Ennio Morricone's
okay.
score.
Fucking the Razzies, they have those movies that they had to put on because of like whatever reason. Like, oh yeah, this movie had a bunch of stuff behind it. We got to put it in there. Doesn't matter if it's a bad movie when it comes out.
What's the point of the point of any awards ceremony is money, revenue, ad revenue. What's the point of the Razzies? I mean, why do they do it? They don't get awards. They don't get money. It's not televised, or do they? I mean, people actually show up to the Razzies.
It's the ultimate fuck you award show.
Yeah, they would just want to shit on them.
But celebrities actually show up to these. I'm just like, who funds it?
Celebrities don't show up to the Razzies.
There's been a couple of celebrities that have showed up and accepted.
Like Tom Green.
Oh, okay.
Tom Green is like the only celebrity to show up to accept his award.
So where do they hold this though? So it's an actual event though, but there is
probably some stoner's garage.
Interesting. All right, so yeah, this movie's only an hour and 48 minutes for and for a flick like this, it just seems like it would be longer. It feels like a movie that would be over 2 hours.
You feel like a movie that'd be over 2 hours.
It might be kind of a controversial statement, but this is my favorite Carpenter movie.
This is Carpenter's favorite Carpenter movie.
Yeah, Zach's clearly got the IMDb up.
This is his. He says this is like this. He says it always hurts whenever critics don't like his movie, but this one stung the most. Because
really?
This movie got bad fucking receptions when it came out.
It got bad reception audience-wise, too. And the fact was, it was his first foray into big budget. I mean, I think I read the factoids, too. $15 million. He was coming off of movies that were costing like $250,000. So this was a lot of money, especially more than I'm sure any horror movie was at the time, like by a fucking country mile. So I think he was, I've read a lot of stuff with him. I listened to a podcast he did with Mick Garris, too. And he's essentially echoed the same sentiments on this movie. But basically, he felt burned, jaded, and bitter from the whole experience, in Hollywood. And it's funny because they never called him back and gave him offers to do any more bigger budget stuff after this. It's almost like, hey, we gave you a shot and you failed. He didn't fail. I don't know who failed. Was it marketing? I was reading on the IMDb, too, that they blame it on the landscape at the time because E.T. had come out that same year. And I think people's, perception of what they wanted out of like science fiction. I don't know if R was selling at the time, if people were more about family friendly Steven Spielberg shit or what was going on, but
they were hitting another fucking autistic spur. They just, every once in a while they get like, oh, we need family friendly shit. And then whenever you don't give them that, they spurg out like the fucking retards they are. Fucking people.
I mean, just 3 years before this, we had Alien, which obviously went over real well.
Here's a fun fact: those close-ups of the dog, that's the dog. But like the shots from the plane while he's chasing it, that's just they like painted a dog to look like the dog because they didn't have the dog there. Fucking weird.
Zoe, no.
Oh yeah, and that's a husky. Huskies are donk. I would fuck a husky.
Okay.
In the ass.
Okay.
You ever fucking you're fucking your dog, right? And then like you fucking you turn it around, you spin it around on your dick like a top.
No.
And then its balls hit your balls, and you're like, you little fucking queer. That's fun.
Okay.
You call him gay because he let his balls slap your balls. That's fun.
Zach says this as we're looking at his avatar of the naked preteen boy, like laying in his race car bed. If you could see that.
That is fucking Eddie Spaghetti from fucking the new It Chapter 2. He's got a helmet in the bush.
Which, by the way,
is that good?
I haven't seen it. Zach,
it's fucking. I like it in a B movie kind of way. It's pretty fun.
It's funny. I'm actually going to rent that and finally watch it because I'm in quarantine mode, so my standards have dropped. I had no interest in seeing it because I didn't really care for the first one. But I was actually thinking about that today. I was going to rent it after this podcast and watch it. I also want to rent The Invisible Man, but then I looked on Amazon and I said, oh, okay, that's how they're making their money and recouping the loss. They're charging $20 to rent it. Yeah, these movies that are, that are getting the boot from theaters because they're closing down.
To rent it? It's not even fucking $20 in the theater.
It's because
they're encouraging you to fucking download it illegally.
Well, I mean, it's because they had to pull it from theaters because the theaters closed. It's a Corona thing. So all these movies that were in theaters are going straight to video on demand, but they're charging $20 to rent them. So that's
$20 20 is way too steep. It should be about $10 to rent.
It costs $20 to buy it fucking on Blu-ray.
Yeah, well, it's because they're justifying it because technically we should be in the theatrical run right now, but it's Corona.
There's no justification. They're retarded for that.
Well, I mean, if you have a group of a couple, 2 or 3 people, you can maybe justify it and say, well, I guess if we were going to the movies, this would cost, fucking $10, $8 a person or whatever.
Except we're sitting at home watching on my little TV and we don't get popcorn. So if you justify it that way, you're a fucking idiot too.
No, I agree. I think $10 is the fair point. So I think that's a bit steep. So I was going to rent that. And then when I saw that price tag, I'm like, it too is sounding pretty good right now.
I'm like, and there goes the download button.
Well, no, I agree. $20 is a bit steep. I'm not going to pay it. I wanted to watch it too, so I was kind of bummed out to see that. And yet they make it seem like they're doing us a favor because they're with us. All these companies, right? Blumhouse.
We're with you.
We're getting all these emails spammed to us from every company that we didn't even realize we signed up. I never signed up for Baskin Robbins email. What the fuck? I've never been to Baskin Robbins in my life.
Oh, Baskin Robbins is dang. You want 31 flavors?
We're getting all of these emails and they're all the same. Like, we here at Baskin Robbins or we here at fucking Bed Bath & Beyond want us to know that, want you to know in these tough times that we're with you. We're here for you. And you know what? If you need a pizza here at Domino's, since we understand and we want to support you every step of the way, we'll deliver that pizza and we'll leave it wherever you want. Like, okay, you found a way to exploit this.
You would have done that before.
I know they're finding ways to exploit it and sound kind and enduring, but it's just a way to market and boost sales, which I'm not necessarily against. I guess some business has to thrive right now.
Domino's relates to me, and so does celebrities. So that's perfect.
I'd tell them if you want me to bring you this pizza and fuck you in the ass while you eat it, I will happily do that.
But yeah, it's pretty gross. And you know what? But of course they do. I think Blumhouse probably put out some kind of a press statement saying, they made it seem like they were being generous putting movies like Invisible Man for video on demand, but really they're gouging, in my opinion. $10 would have been totally fair, but it's the same thing with, I think Disney, of all fucking people, is probably doing it right because they're releasing, what's that new Pixar movie that it's going to go straight to VOD?
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one with the trolls and the the dead father.
I do want to see that.
That's going to Disney Plus. So get a free trial of Disney Plus, watch it, or $10 a month. That's fair. They expedited Frozen 2. Yeah, Onward. They expedited Frozen 2, and
hey, here's a fun fact: that guy right there that just showed up in the helicopter, he was just hanging out in a fucking abandoned warehouse with fucking Mary Elizabeth, and he didn't fuck her. And even though there was an alien there, he wanted to get away instead of staying there and fucking her. Why? You fucking idiot.
I got to watch that prequel again because I don't really remember what you're referring to, but I remember the gist of the movie. And I didn't hate it. I like Joel Edgerton. That was kind of before he was acknowledged as a leading guy.
You know what's fucking infuriating about that movie?
Infuror? What about the Fuhrer?
Infuriating.
Okay.
It fucking came out that they had practical effects 100%. And then because some fucking retard at the studio was like, these look too fake, they fucking put CGI over them. Just fucking made it completely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really the only thing that really hurts the movie.
Did you guys know this was a prequel to Cliffhanger?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And Sylvester Stallone played the role of Snake.
Of it, that's why his fucking mouth looks so fucking stupid when he does that weird face. Like he had a stroke.
Now I know at least I'm pretty sure the interior stuff was filmed on a soundstage. Where was the exterior stuff shot? Where was this stuff? Is this on a soundstage or is this actually on location somewhere? Definitely not Antarctica, obviously.
They shot this fucking movie in Los Angeles. It's fun fact, at the end of the movie, there's a scene where they're both, after it's all said and done, they're standing outside, and there's a scene where fans of the movie are like, oh my god, is he the thing? Because if you look at it, there's a shot where he breathes and his breath is not visible. They're in the Antarctic, and I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid. This movie was shot in Los Angeles. It's just a continuity error. Fuck you. And it's fun.
Did you guys ever play the PS2 game of this?
No.
I did.
Was it any good?
And I never got far in it at all. I remember just wandering around, wondering what the fuck I was supposed to do.
It's probably not good. I mean, I don't know. It's a tie-in game. Even though I guess not all tie-ins are bad. I actually heard that, was it Rockstar? Who made the Godfather game on PlayStation 2? Was that Rockstar?
Rockstar made the Warriors.
The Warriors. They made the Warriors. I hear some people liked that.
Warrior. That was a good game. It was basically a fucking prequel. And then towards the end of the game, once you get to the third act of the game, you start playing through the movie. It's pretty donk.
That's pretty cool. I wonder what's going to come of that Evil Dead game they're supposedly, kicking around and making.
Oh, really? Making one?
Yeah, I mean, see, Todd's not only has he not been on a podcast in a long time, he's been living in a bunker otherwise, but that's been in the news for the last year and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's no different now that the coronavirus is out. He's already been living in his bunker.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, it's kind of weird that we're going to keep bringing up coronavirus. It's hard not to because this is our third time recording since the U.S. has been on the suggested quarantine stuff. So, I mean, it's on the news every day. And I was telling Todd actually on the phone, just in private before we were recording that as morbid and weird as it all sounds, this is kind of exciting. We kind of live in weird and exciting times. Not necessarily.
I'm over it. I am ready for this to be fucking over and back to normal.
No, I am too. Don't get me wrong. And I don't mean exciting as in necessarily a good way, but just the fact that we can't predict tomorrow or next week. We wake up and you look on your phones or you watch TV and we don't know what's going to be new on the news. We don't know because everybody's playing it by ear. The government's playing everything by ear. Businesses are playing it by ear. And, in a typical year, normal as you call it, we know Christmas is going to come. We know Thanksgiving and the holidays and Halloween. We know summertime, you make your vacation plan. All that stuff's going to come and it just becomes so routine. You work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. But not right now. We don't know if shit is going to be open past the 31st. It ain't. I'm sure this is going to go on for another month or 2 months. But we don't know. It's interesting, to say the least, is what I'm saying. I want everything to go back the way it should be too, but Todd feels me. I know he feels me.
He fills you up.
It is an exciting time, but yeah, since I have kids, it's I need it to go back to normal.
I want it to go back to normal.
With my kid every fucking day.
I don't mean exciting. I bet it's just one of those things where man, what a weird time to be alive. It's more like that. Is what I mean.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm with that.
And I'm not into the deep dive rabbit hole conspiracy theory bullshit at all. But I do think it's the one thing I think is weird is for a virus.
Anytime somebody prefaces something by saying, I don't believe this, but they're just saying, I believe this.
But no, I don't. I just do think it's weird that for a virus that they're touting as, not too bad. It's not bad as SARS or H1N1 or all that stuff as far as its kill rate, 3%. It's like an aggressive flu that most people can get over, no problem. But for as much as they keep pushing that, and it's all about just the numbers thing and how easily it spreads, it doesn't seem like the actions that we're taking are kind of extreme compared to how they're describing the actual virus itself. It's just what it seems to me. Because if SARS had a much higher kill rate, it just was. It just sounds weird to me. Doesn't it seem? This is why it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just realized we're fucking up. We're calling it the coronavirus. It's the Chinese virus.
That blows me away. By the way, there's that
racist,
dude. Well, I don't know if it's. I think calling it racist is kind of loose, but it's kind of weird, man. How he legit. Did you see that? That wasn't photoshopped, right? Where they zoomed in on his speech and he had crossed out.
We need to know where it comes from. You see, I think we should go back and retroactively change the name of what's the fucking disease that's coming back because of these stupid fucking anti-vaxxers? We got to start calling that American pox.
Polio? I don't know.
Polio is now American pox.
Yeah, but I can kind of see it because there needs to be repercussions for China on what they did because they're killing off so many millions of people just by doing that.
Hiroshima too.
It's horrible.
I say.
Against Japan, but okay.
The same thing.
You know what? The Chinese thing is kind of.
They manufactured this whole thing in their Chinese labs, I think.
Look, it's a large thing to unwrap because, on one hand, the reason why all these pandemics root in China is because they have a population over 2 billion. People are shoulder to shoulder. So when they get sick, it spreads like wildfire because you are always within breathing range of everybody. And they get these weird diseases that spread like wildfire because of what they eat, right? They have these wet markets where they keep all these crazy ass raw animals cross-contaminated.
Stop defending them, you communist sympathizer.
I'm just saying. Listen, Yeah, in a perfect world, they would get their shit together and they would not eat disgusting shit. But it's like, I also imagine it's hard, easier said than done.
They would stop eating disgusting shit, start eating McDonald's like us.
They eat McDonald's
Absolutely.
too, trust me. They eat that too, trust me. But I'm just saying, like, maybe it's not as easy said than done, because I guess we should try feeding a population of 2 billion. Maybe it's not easy to store all this shit, and I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, but those commie leaders can shut down those wet markets easy thing. They just start in their lives, they shut them down.
Yeah, who fucking knows?
That's why we all need to switch to communism. Everybody deserves a nice fucking soggy orgasm, at least 3 hours. Every third hour, like we need to hire fucking prostitutes to come in and give everybody an orgasm. It doesn't matter where you are. You're at work. You're fucking. You're teaching kids. You work at a school. Have a fucking sex worker come in, give you a nice orgasm. Communism. I'm running for president. Everybody vote for me.
I support this message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, so I don't know, but to Todd's point, like I was saying too, every pandemic from H1N1, SARS, and MERS, they all originate in fucking China. You'd think at least with that being common knowledge, they would have something in place. Like, hey man, you guys might have a wacky situation, but do something. This keeps happening. I think the Black Plague originated in China. I know it spread through Europe, just like the current one.
That's racist.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? The Black Plague.
Why you got to point out that it's black?
No,
Russian collusion. That's racist too.
I don't know. I think.
See, every time the internet fucks up, instead of saying it's fucking the Illuminati, it's the Russians now. Fucking Russians are stopping our recording.
All I'm saying is, I think it's hard for some people to grasp. I mean, this is why we have these stupid people. That's right. If you're listening and you're one of these people that are still going to clubs, if they're not shut down in your town, it's stupid. These reasons why these people are still packing clubs and living their quote unquote best life is because it is kind of confusing. On one hand, it's the flu. But at the same time, hey, we're doing citywide shutdowns. It's like, wait, which is it? Is it mild or is it intense? It just seems really weird. It seems like a very odd aura in the air with everything. And we can just sit back and watch. That's all I can do. All I know is, they were doing it for a couple weeks at a time. It's like all these companies are shutting down for 2 weeks. When the 31st of March hits, it's going to be announced again because everybody's playing it by ear, flying by the seat of their pants that, okay, we're going to extend it by another 2 weeks. And then probably another 2 weeks after that, and maybe another 2 weeks after that. I think if you guys happen to have a chance to go to a grocery store now, I would do it, because come the 31st, when they say shit's going to still be closed for a little bit, it's going to start over again. People are going to go raid shit and go nuts. So get your toilet paper.
I went to the grocery store. They finally had the fucking cheese and they didn't have the bread I usually get. I usually get the light honey wheat, baby. But they finally had the cheese. The only cheese in the fucking store that's 35 calories. It's usually gone. And I didn't want to fucking go in and start buying a bunch of shit. But because if they finally had it, I was forced to get like 4 fucking things of it, because I knew if I just left the rest of it, the next time I came, it'd be all gone.
Is it the Kraft 2% milk cheese slices?
I don't know.
Yeah, I buy that. It's pretty good. But but I'm saying though, like, I went to a grocery store again a couple days ago, and they had water stocked again, right? Because they are stocking this stuff. Like, even if
that shit comes out of the fucking faucet, you retard, stop buying it.
Listen to me. I'm just saying, telling you what my fucking eyeballs see. I'm not saying I fucking bought a shit ton or I bought any. I'm just saying they are stocking this stuff. And in fact, if you guys shop at like somewhere like Walmart, these places that are 24 hours, they even announced, hey, look, starting now until indefinitely, we're actually going to have hours where we close overnight, so our employees have an opportunity to stock the shelves. Because I can imagine it's really annoying when, people are trying to loot the store and the shelves are empty and people are distraught and cussing and asking people about shit in the back when they're trying to get it on the shelves, but they can't keep it on the shelves. But anyway, I was there and I saw water. I'm saying at the start of it, dude, you couldn't find nothing. Now there was actually some bread at my local place and some water. It was still kind of slim pickings, but they had brought out a little bit more meat. I'm not saying it lasted the whole day. I went in the morning. It was probably gone by the afternoon. All I'm saying is, come the 31st of the 1st, when they announce this stuff's going to be extended, it's all going to be gone. So if you happen to be able to go to buy a store now, I would go ahead and pick up, a fucking bread or, some low fat cheese or, some pasta or whatever.
I saw a tweet from Mike Huckabee a little bit ago. He talks about since toilet paper's on a shortage, he says start wiping your ass with a corn cob. That's what they do in the rural town of Arkansas.
Oh, you sure he doesn't mean like a corn husk? Like the leaf?
What's the name of Mike Huckabee's book?
He said the cobs are free and they work great. Just don't flush them. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. I remember I saw Mike Huckabee's book, and the title of it made me laugh. I don't remember what it was, though.
It was punny. I don't remember it either.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh, yeah.
Huckleberry.
Also on Twitter, a bunch of like the ultra fundamentalist guys, they're really excited for Corona because it's making people not go out and hang out at nightclubs and drink late and do all that degeneracy. People are afraid to hook up.
I don't know.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, coronavirus.
Well, I think
the new punk rock.
We have a problem with people still not taking that part seriously, and they're going out to the clubs and doing all that bullshit still. And, it's people like that. They're going to, if people don't like martial law, then fucking just do your part and just kind of stay home a little bit. I mean, when you guys are going out when you're advised not to, or maybe even if your city has done a shutdown, like California, I think is shut down, New York is shut down. I don't know how they're enforcing it. It's probably like just the honor system. Like, hey, we're doing a shutdown. Everybody has to stay home, or unless you're going to get groceries. Like I said, if they pull you over, even if I'm heading somewhere I shouldn't be going, I'm just going to be like, well, I'm going to the Piggly Wiggly. Okay. So it's an honor thing. But like if people still fucking ignore it and congregate together, they're going to fucking really enforce it. You want them to send in the National Guard and shit? You want it to turn into the fucking Night of the Living Dead?
Hell yes.
Okay, me too.
Oh, Jesus.
Another one for the fire.
Oh, seriously, dude. Talk about some. I wouldn't be surprised at anything at this point. Like, I never would have thought a few weeks ago we would have like had this going on, because right now it's like straight out of a movie. It just feels weird. It also feels weird because I was telling Riverman this as well. I went out the other day when I went to the store again, and it was really quiet outside, and all the old people were out. It was really odd. It was like they were taking the streets back now that all the young punks were out of the way. But it was tons of just elderly couples taking walks, old people on bikes.
They are the most at risk to die. What retards?
No, wait, blow me away. They also care the least too. And I don't know if it's this thing of when you cross a certain age, you're like, I'm either fucking ready to die or I don't have that much years left in my life. I'm not going to fucking quarantine.
We're going to have to rename coronavirus the fucking boomer plague.
Well, you know what I'm saying though? Like maybe their mindset is, look, I've got like maybe 5, maybe 2, maybe 10 years left of my life. I'm not going to spend a month of that in quarantine or 2 months. If I catch it, I fucking catch it. You just give less fucks when you're old.
That's why you just believe that when you're fucking young. And then maybe if you're lucky, you don't live long enough to be an old decrepit piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dank. I'm going to go grab a drink. I'm going to reward myself with that joke. I'll be back.
I didn't mention it, or I was getting confused when I was introducing Riverman on the show. I kept saying Cinema Enema, and Zach called me out that we haven't even recorded that yet. I was talking about Deep End. Because I'm getting fucking confused.
Oh,
Deep End. Riverman, by the time this month's over, we've got 3 Rivermans for you. We got this one, BTM. He was on the Deep End, which I assume is probably up now. I don't know. Like I said, we do this stuff fucking in the past. And then he's on the newest Cinema Enema. So you ask and you shall receive.
3 a year, that's all you get.
Now, hopefully, well, he didn't have a computer for a while, but you got a computer now, so maybe it'll be more. Dude, I'm telling you, maybe it's just because you're quarantined that you gets you in the mood to talk to somebody that's like not a kid or whatever.
Probably. I haven't talked to anybody for a while, so I talk to my TV all the time.
I feel like it, man. It's weird. I don't know if I actually feel the walls closing in on me, or if it's just because the government is telling me I can't go out. That makes me gives me the itch.
The government totally sucks, you motherfucker.
You know what I mean, though? Like, is it how much of the cabin fever is because the rules are in place? Somebody's saying you can't go out, because I don't really go out that much anyway, but I would always go out just a little bit. Like I go out for a jog or whatever for like an hour and a half. And I maybe run to the store every couple of days. I buy for just a couple of days at a time because I like, going to the store. I like that whole thing. It's therapeutic for me.
My stomach is fucking like, I got some pain, like a kick to the gut.
And you got the corona, dude.
Yeah, I took a shit before we started.
Mhm.
I wonder if it just has something to do with the fact that I fucking, those like those blue ribbon fucking things of ice cream.
Ice cream?
I ate an entire thing of it today.
Ugh. Ugh.
Why?
Fucking French vanilla. Because it's my cheat day and there's no restaurants open, so I figured, what the fuck?
Okay.
I don't eat ice cream, man. I'm not an ice cream guy.
I'm not a big ice cream guy either. I have to admit too, I wish this fucking shit would end soon, just for the fact that technically I'm on vacation this week. My trip to Europe got canceled. I'm here for a week, and it's also quarantine, so I'm kind of bouncing off the walls. But technically, since I'm taking a week off, I've just said fuck it too. Like, I'm not really focusing on the fucking eating healthy. I'm just kind of like relaxing the best I can because I got to go back to work in a couple of days. And but anyway, I have to get out of that mindset because the quarantine shit,
I never got to stop going to work.
it throws off. Well, I mean, I'm on vacation. I took PTO, but I have to still work. Is that Riverman and myself, we have the kind of jobs where we can keep working because we have the ability to work from home, right? If necessary. So, but I think we're getting to a point where eventually I think we're going to get to a point where even our jobs are like, okay, we don't have any work for you because it's going to be all trickled down.
Yeah.
They're going to piss on us.
It's like, okay, if you do this, you process these cases, you open up these for people, yada, yada, yada. If the people are in panic mode, if they're not going to work or if they're not making any money, they're saving. So they're not, and they're not buying and they're not, whatever. It all comes back to people like us too, eventually. So I'm just kind of waiting for it. I in a weird way, I'm kind of looking forward to working, clocking in on Monday because the slew of emails I'm going to have after being gone like 9 days. All this shit is just, changed by day. I don't know.
We're not sitting here marveling at fucking the greatness that is the husky breed.
Yeah, they're expensive dogs.
Fuck yes. I would fuck it.
It's still too big for my liking. Well, if they're calm, it's all right, man. My biggest pet peeve is a dog that's of size, any kind of size, and they're just rambunctious.
You need to have a big dog. That way, if you ever fucking your asshole needs a fucking spanking. A good fucking ramming.
Aaron, did you like my dog?
Yeah, my only like qualm with Nala, and it's not against Nala, but it's one of the reasons. Yes, that's one of the reasons why. One of the things that I don't look for in a pet is she sheds. Other than that, she's super sweet.
Oh, I take my dog. I take the shed brush and I fucking brush her hair. It's fucking satisfying to get to fucking just put that over the fucking the trash can and fucking bam, just fucking release that shit. Sometimes you can glue it to your face and have a beer. It's dank.
How often do you give Nala? She's a golden retriever, right? Or is she a lab? I can't. She's a retriever.
Lab retriever.
Lab retriever. She's a mix. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you bathe a lab retriever?
Never. I have dry shampoo.
And see, that's the fun fact too. A lot of people don't know this. All huskies can do that. They can have their face open up in fucking segments and swallow fucking other dogs. They just don't like to do it. And like those little things come out of their back and shit.
That looks like the little worms that come out of the trolls and Ernest Scared Stupid. The head.
Oh yes.
Or Zach's poop.
Fuck
okay.
Yes.
Right.
No, I only got. I probably bathe her maybe like 3 times a year. Not very often. When it's hot outside, I'll hose her off. But
she was last time I was at your place. She was kind of stinky. So she's kind of a stinky dog.
She's a dog, dude. I mean, dogs are stinky.
Not if they're bathed. I think different dogs to me bathe differently. I don't know.
Especially if they get shot with that shit that the fucking thing just shot at that dog. That's stinky.
Hey, speaking of it, this is the It Connection. This is the Jewish guy from the original miniseries, the one that kills himself.
Donk.
And he's also in My Girl, Veda's uncle.
See, he knew how it's done.
Oh, it is Veda's uncle. That's right.
Yeah.
And Milo from Saved by the Bell, or Good Morning, Miss Bliss.
See, he knew how it was done. He went ahead and killed himself.
Yeah, that's Milo.
Dude, Milo was black, dude.
Yeah, that black guy. He was one of the guys they just showed.
Oh, I didn't see him. I thought we were still talking about this guy, the Jewish guy.
I said the other guy. Milo.
Okay. What movie was it I was watching? I finally watched. This was like a few months ago, but The Heavenly Kid, right? And
Donk film.
You know what? I actually really liked it. And it's funny because like when I first started, I'm like, oh man, the quality of this does not promise me much. But it had a charm to it. It had a self-awareness of it. Like we know what budget we're working with, and I don't know, it was entertaining. But anyway, the chick in that is what is her fucking name? You know, the new nurse that Zach Morris was trying to hit on. You know, the hot brunette.
Oh yeah, I looked her up. Yeah,
Nurse Julie.
Not Nurse Julie, but I can't remember her name to save my life. But she was the main girl, the best friend of the Heavenly Kid. Am I right? The brunette girl? Heavenly, I'm thinking Heavenly Kid. And she was younger, though. But I'm like, hey, I know her. She got 2 jobs, at least, in her career.
Oh, yeah.
She was hot. Was that yet another girl that Zach Morris dumped Kelly for? His love, his life?
Yeah, but that girl was... I mean, I had the biggest crush on that nurse when I was a kid.
Yeah, and especially when she went all inappropriate Me Too, when she was like, when she like trying to teach Zach a lesson, and she was really coming on to him, like even as a prank, dude. She's like, oh my god, and he was getting all nervous.
Yeah,
right? Zach Morris is a fucking beta. He gives Zach's a bad name.
Yeah, it's funny. They got that reboot coming out on the Peacock streaming service. I don't know if the Peacock NBC streaming service. So I don't know if it's actually launched or if they're just promoting it, but whether it's now or later, NBC has their own streaming service, right? Just like CBS or whoever. And it's called Peacock. And see, dude, you really have been living in a hole, man. This has been announced for a long ass time, this reboot. Really? You didn't know this?
No, I've been living in a hole.
That's so funny. But yeah, so and most of the cast is back in it. Of course, they didn't give Screech a call. He's not in it. Which, by the way, I thought about messaging him on Instagram. He's literally got like 900 followers. He has no followers on Instagram, and it's the real one. It's really odd. Yeah, he's total fucking loser. But anyway,
watches porn.
No, the Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, he shoots a fucking gallons of rope.
Hey, Zach watched Mac's porn and that fucked up Riverman. Mac made a fucking porn.
Ugh,
that's weird, dude. Wearing a Michael Myers mask, and it was like a shitty like. You know,
I gave him ideas for this next one. Fucking, he's wearing a Jason mask. The girl's wearing the fucking sweater, and it's like, oh, Jason, give your cummies to mommy.
Isn't it funny how he went from why do you fucking say that on the podcast to us talking about it on every podcast thereafter, like promoting?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's weird. And then Zach actually watched it and was, sizing up his dick size.
And the whole thing. He just sent me a blooper where he came too quick.
And he was like, he was telling us about his cum load. Like, dude, come on. That's weird.
Oh, Jesus.
You could see a fucking, you could see it. It's just a big fucking wad on his pants.
Hey, there's Milo right there.
Oh, I blinked.
You blinked.
I did. I blinked. No, but hey, back to the Peacock thing. So they didn't call Screech. Dustin Diamond's not going to be in it, obviously. I mean, their relationship, because he wrote like a tell-all book and he said a bunch of lies. And dude, he's got like the least credibility out of anybody. So of course, if you have everybody else on the show saying he's full of shit, of course he's full of shit. He was just trying to make a quick tabloid buck. And I think he's pretty self-aware at that now. He knows who he is. He knows his place. They also didn't invite Lark Voorhees.
Yeah, right? She's mentally ill.
And she went on fucking Dr. Oz like this week talking about it.
I heard about that.
Yeah, and I watched the clip too, how she was hurt, how she didn't get the invitation. And yeah, I don't know what all goes into that, man. But anyway, I guess the loose premise of it is Zach Morris is now the governor of California.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I don't think Dennis Haskins is in it either. But
he looks horrible.
Yeah, he's really fucking old, man. You get old.
Did you guys actually watch Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
This isn't a joke.
Here's the
Why?
thing. Here's the thing.
So I remember my wife was talking about that.
Here's the thing about Saved by the Bell. It was a show that was so big in pop culture that even if you can't really say that you're a huge fan of it, you've still seen every episode. It's like Friends, right?
I haven't seen every episode.
Listen to me. I know, but you're also a few years younger than Riverman and I. It's just like a show like Friends where, okay, even though I am not going to say Friends is one of my favorite shows, but I've somehow, over the course of the last 25 years, I've seen probably every episode. You know what I mean? It's just one of those fucking things. And Saved by the Bell was like that because even on in syndication, it was all that was on before you went to school in the morning, right? On like all the you have 30 minutes to kill when you're ready for school before you had to leave. Saved by the Bell was on, the crack of fucking dawn. It was just always there. And so for me, it was that show. I just know it. It's kind of a guilty pleasure in some aspects, but it's just because it was part of my youth and it was always there. Riverman fucking actually legitimately loves the show.
I love it. My wife and I, we watch it every Sunday morning while we're eating our cereal.
It's
I
that
have a
show.
feeling I talked about this before.
It is that show. It's that because it's always on early at the ass crack or whatever. You know, I would sit there. I remember being in middle school and I took the bus to school and I'd get ready and I'd have like
A short bus?
fuck you. I'd get ready and I remember I never had quite enough time. I think I had enough time when I was ready to sit down and watch like 1.5 episodes. I'd watch one full episode and then I'd have to leave like 10 minutes into the next one because my bus would arrive. I'd hear it come down the corner. So it was just always there and it was always like that. I think ever since like the early 90s, it was like that. But
You know who they should have got to play this part?
that fucking guy with the horrible Cajun accent and Hard Target. Oh wait, that is
No.
For Brimley.
That is what?
They should have got Polly.
Oh, Burt Young. Yeah, for sure.
I would have fucked it. I would have fucked with that.
I'm a big fan, dude. Burt Young. He's older now. I don't know if he's not working by choice or if he's just old.
We need to do Burt Young exploitation, and the first movie we got to do can coincide with our fucking Adam Sandler exploitation, Going Overboard, his greatest film.
I still never watched that.
It's a fucking turd.
I bet it is. I gotta tell you, man. Since I've been in quarantine mode and I've had nothing else to do, my time is a little less precious because we have nothing but time right now, right? So usually I'm real picky about the movies I watch. I always talk about it all the time that, you know, if a movie's super alluring to me if it's like 90 minutes, if it's under 2 hours, because I only have so much time to watch that stuff. And but all I got is time to kill. So I lifted that bar and I've been watching just the shit of all shit, man. And I need a baptism of all the shitty movies I've been watching lately. I need a good movie because I just been.
You need a bukkake, if you
Dude,
will.
I watched. Let me see what I got. I'm gonna read off. I watched this movie Gringo. Like I'm running out of shit to watch on streaming. Right?
I got some for you to watch.
What?
So I got a movie to watch.
You definitely shouldn't watch Midsummer.
What?
That's a definitely not.
Watch the Lighthouse, man. That movie is batshit crazy. It's awesome though.
I've heard mixed things. I don't know. I have to be in the mood for. I'll wait till it's free streaming. I'm not going to pay for it.
That was by the guy that did The Witch, and I was underwhelmed by it.
Yeah, so it's a
Really?
movie. I'll wait till it's streaming for free. I don't want to pay for it. And you're right. I want to watch Midsummer. The thing is, Zach, is I'm kind of like holed up with. It's not just me, so it's like sometimes I can't sway everyone to watch what I want to watch. Right?
See, I remember Zach was saying he really loved Midsummer. When I was not a huge fan of it. I was a little underwhelmed with Midsummer.
Well,
I like
mixed too. Yeah,
I liked Hereditary a lot better. I thought that was a fantastic movie.
that was streaming for the longest time. Is that still streaming? Because I'll watch that too.
It's really good. I liked it.
I wonder if that's streaming.
No, you won't. You'll say you will, but you won't.
Hey Zach, shut the fuck
Fucking
up. I
beta.
watch tons of shit. I just can't keep track.
Oh, you watch tons of shit. That's for sure.
Dude, like, check it out. I watched that movie Gringo because it was streaming. That's literally a 4 out of 10 max. It's one of these movies that had a lot of A-list actors in it, but the movie itself doesn't really know what it wants to be. That was kind of a waste of time. Spoiler alert, Poughkeepsie tapes. I'm just going to say,
Don't do it. Don't say anything.
okay, bleep it out. Bleep it out. Bleep it out. Sorry. You can bleep that out. I watched
Zach, have you seen that yet?
Nope.
Okay, good. So this is all our first time watching it.
Yeah. Cinema Anima isn't out yet, so bleep that out.
You've heard of it, right? Like, I don't know. It was supposed
I
to come out in
have.
2007, and it never got released until like
Mm-hmm.
10 years later and everything. Okay.
Yeah. All right. But you're going to bleep out what I was just saying about it. But yeah, that's the topic of our next Cinema Enema. That's going to be dropping fairly soon. I watched Escape Plan 2 Hades. I've heard terrible things about it. I heard abominable, terrible. But for some reason, I was up in the morning with the dog, and it was one of those cases where I literally have nothing else to watch. I've got nothing but time. I guess I'll watch this piece of shit now.
You watched it just because you love the Sawa.
He's in part 3. He wasn't in part 2.
Oh.
And it's terrible. I gave it on Letterboxd. I gave it 1 star. So it's like max a 2 out of 10. And I actually think that's being kind. It was fucking atrocious. because it was made purely for the Chinese audience. Because the first Escape Plan, which I actually rather liked, when that came out, it did like quadruple the box office in China alone, everywhere else. So,
well, in all fairness, that's probably the movie that fucking started the coronavirus. Then it's probably our fault after all.
Well,
it's that shitty.
So they made this movie just for China. It's got like a Chinese cast, and it's like Chinese co-production, and Stallone is like a backseat player. He's really not in the movie that much. It's these unknown Chinese people, and there's nothing worse than they should just stick to Chinese and like let me read subtitles, because I hate it when it's a movie that's clearly a Chinese audience and they're forcing them to speak English, because it's like the worst overdubs, or like they struggle to speak English fluidly, and it's just, I don't know, it's terrible. I watched Jay and Silent Bob Reboot just before this podcast. We started recording it, and that was a dog shit bowl, man. That was not good. It wasn't good. I don't know. I gave it like 1.5 stars. It's maybe a 3. It's a 3 out of 10. What did you think of it? I know you didn't like it, but you thought it was all right?
I said I thought it was fucking very middle of the road until like the ending, which I thought was made it okay.
It was just nonstop force feeding me fan service, and maybe it helps. It hurts because I was never like a massive fanboy of the Askew View or whatever the fuck it's called. The movies are just all right.
You're a beta cuck.
But yeah, it was just so forced. None of the comedy landed for me. It was actually kind of cringe, like all the stuff they were just shoehorning in there, and it was, I don't know, all the jokes were sort of out of touch. Like they all felt like they were 5 years behind. Like the text emoji jokes were like, what year is this? Stuff like that. And I know he always works on a budget, but something about this movie in particular had a very cheapness to it. And it's off-putting when you see all these big stars in it that are just doing him favors in this movie that's otherwise very cheaply made, and it just looks like shit. But I mean, he obviously acknowledged it himself, like within the whole meta thing, that people pitied me because I had a heart attack, and people were doing me favors. But
did you watch Joker yet?
Joker?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even follow our channel, do you, dog? We did a commentary for it. I did a fucking video review of it when I saw it opening night, dressed in clown face.
Oh, okay, yeah, you were the one. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
right. I don't remember who I talked about with these movies. What else did you see? You saw Once Upon a Time. You saw that. I'm trying to think of what I watched. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Tarantino connection. Fucking unused music from this movie was used in Django Unchained, and it won an Oscar, even though this movie won a fucking Razzie for the music. Makes sense.
Did he really take scraps that were? That's I didn't know that. And I heard Ennio Morricone had a terrible experience working with Tarantino, and he would never do it again after that. Right? And I think I read something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, he didn't have a great experience with him.
Did he call him the N-word?
I mean, that would make sense for either party to throw that word around for them. I mean,
that's the only thing I can imagine.
I think they're both Italian. I mean, Tarantino sounds like an Italian name, even though he looks like he's a genetic defect. I don't know what country he hails from. I mean, he doesn't look Italian.
You wouldn't fuck Tarantino?
I don't know. He's got like his head looks like he looks like one of those people that has gigantism. He's got like a weird, but he's not that big. He's just got the same like skull structure of somebody that, like I said, was a fucking genetic garbage. I don't know.
Genetic. That's messed up, dude.
He's weird, dude. And he's got a weird lisp. He's not a pretty person at all. And he's annoying as fuck, man.
No. I know.
I'm shutting your butt down.
Hell yeah.
He seems like he's a very intolerable person to be around. Like, yeah, just like one of those guys where I wouldn't even take it. I'm like, you know what? I'd say most of your movies, but I don't really want to like hang out with you because I've seen you in interviews.
I did watch that movie Good Time, and I did like that. I thought that was good.
Yeah. Did you see Uncut Gems yet? The follow-up?
No, I haven't.
Definitely worth.
It's dog.
Definitely worth the watch.
That's the sequel to it?
No, but it's the directors, the Sadfi brothers, their follow-up.
Oh, okay.
I really like Good Time. Okay, so
Pattinson's been great the past couple movies, man. I can't believe it.
When I watched Good Time, and then the first time I watched Uncut Gems, I had a more immediate appreciation for Good Time more than I did Uncut Gems, but Uncut Gems sat with me longer. Like the next day I was still thinking about it, and the next day I was still thinking about it, and then my opinions kind of warped. You know what I mean? So Uncut Gems is a trip. but I think it's one of those divisive films. Like I saw the movie with 4 people, or Christmas night I saw it, and I might have been the only one that really liked it, and the rest hated it. So it's one of those flicks.
Did you fucking dump them as friends immediately?
It's just, you kind of know. I think you'd be able to pinpoint the people in your circle who are going to hate the movie. Like, you just know, right?
The low IQs.
Whatever you want to call it. I mean, you just know, like, that person's going to hate it.
The retardation station?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's not a very conventional film. Like, for example, Riverman, my mother, Todd knows my mom. My mom would fucking hate Uncut Gems. Hate it. Okay. I already know it. She doesn't have to watch it. She would hate it. But
would she like the fucking sequel Uncut Cox though? Porno parody.
I'm not gonna ask her. But but yeah, man, I don't know. But it's a good flick because it constantly makes you feel like the main character. It makes you feel claustrophobic and under a lot of stress. I think somebody had pointed out, but I think he yells throughout the whole movie. I don't think he speaks a line of dialogue that is not in room level, like inside voice. And he's constantly just fucking spazzing out. It's kind of exhausting like that. It is. Like when the movie's over, you're like, I fucking feel worn out. But in that way, it's effective. So
is that fucking bootleg fucking what's his name?
Walter Peck.
I was thinking the fucking retard from those stoner comedies.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I think you're behind me.
That's because you're fucking retarded and you're slow.
Well, he just walked in like 3 seconds after you started laughing.
I did like 1917. I saw that in the theater, and that was really good.
I know there's a lot of people talking about that, and from what people have described it, it doesn't appeal to me because it sounds like it's all style over substance. Is that the case? It's all a visual affair.
No, it has a great story to it, and the acting is fantastic. The actors are great, I think. So, I thought it was a great like war flick, but it was also, I mean, there was more to it than
Yeah, I have to really be in the mood for a war movie because I feel like we've had so many.
Really?
I feel like we've had. Which war is this? World War II? No, World War I, right? 1917 is that what it was about? Okay, so. Granted, we haven't had as many World War I movies, but like World War II and Vietnam, I feel like we've had so fucking many, and a lot of them are usually good. But it's just like I've seen so many good movies on the topic; it's hard to really get me to sit down and watch it. You know what movie is still sitting on my shelf? I haven't watched it. Hacksaw Ridge.
That's a good movie.
I want to watch it. I've been wanting to watch it the last couple nights. I might watch that tonight or tomorrow too. Finally,
watch it, man. It's great.
Well, since I'm on vacation, so now I feel like, but my time's more precious when I'm not. So. Certain things go to the bottom of the list for whatever reason, but and it's usually for that.
Would you rather watch a shitty Escape Plan 2 movie?
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. Escape Plan 2, I knew it was going to be trash, so I took that as an opportunity to kind of put it on, make breakfast, play my guitar in the living room, play with the dog. It was background noise. Like, man, this movie is fucking dog shit. I don't have to give it 100% of my attention. It's just kind of on. But I don't want to do that with Hacksaw. I got to sit down and put my attention into it.
I thought I had to fart, so I stood up and fucking placed my butthole against the mic to try to fart, and it didn't happen.
I mean, so...
Aaron, did you see that Instagram post that I sent you about Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he's like, put that cookie down.
Yeah, that was hilarious. He's like, you kids need to stay in the house. Don't be going out and about. He's like, put the cookie down.
Yeah, he really milks those lines. It's funny, dude. His Instagram post from a fucking pool in luxury, dude. He's like, "Hey, you guys need to go. Stop going out and having a life. You need to stay in your house, like me. I mean, you should have no excuse not to be quarantined." I'm like, dude, most people live in like a fucking 325. Most people have a 325 square apartment, dude, where they want to kill themselves. They have like a couple kids in. He's got a fucking mansion. He's got a private gym in his house.
He's in a hot tub smoking a cigar.
Fucking stogie. He's got a whole level of his house that's just a fucking gym, dude. He's like, this guy is ultimate space. Like, who would want to leave his house?
Yeah,
and he can have the effect of still going out because he can probably walk on his estate, dude, and like just go spend some time in the garden, like I said, or in a hot tub outside, fucking with his douchebag glasses and his fucking Cuban, dude. God, it's funny though, man.
He's funny. That I know. He
the right thing.
That. Yeah, it was great.
Here's a fun fact. When the glow face poster, I don't know why they called it that. When the glow face poster for The Thing was shown to John Carpenter for after the disastrous previews, they felt it was the final nail in the coffin. And were utterly crestfallen by it. It was presented as a take it or leave it option, and John felt after striving to get away from the man in a suit horror trope, their poster showed a man in a suit. That was a big reason he wanted to make this movie, because he always thought like, oh man, these monster movies, you can always tell the monster's just a guy in a suit. Yeah. And so, yeah.
I read too on that same factoid that he had that disdain for Alien, and I'm like, I get it, but I don't know. I still think Alien's pretty fucking effective, if you ask me. But nobody.
John Carpenter thought the poster made the film look like a slasher movie, and he commented they might as well just painted a bloody knife in his hand.
I can see that. You know, on one hand, I wouldn't have caught that because it's so ingrained in pop culture, and that poster's been around my entire life, so I didn't initially see it. But yeah, it does kind of remind you of like a Mutilator or like some fucking cheesy 80s slasher movie like that. I guess you're right. I don't know. But it is what it is. It's iconic now.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves it.
And John Carpenter was a big fan of the video game of this.
Really?
Okay. He did nothing but play PlayStation 2 and watch basketball.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like for a long time, like people would be like, when are you going to make a new movie, John? And he'd be like, yeah, every once in a while he'd come out and get all excited. Like, I want to make the movie for this horror video game series. I want to make the Fear movie.
He wanted to do Dead Space.
And then he'd lose interest. I want to make Dead Space. And then he'd lose interest.
And I can't blame him, but it's funny because Dead Space is just influenced by The Thing and Alien, right? So it's just kind of like a full circle thing. I don't know.
Hopefully the new Evil Dead game will be better than Hail to the King.
Well, we didn't even finish that. Well, the thing is since when Hail to the King and all those old Evil Dead games came out, it was before we've hit another like era of video games where now they have bigger budgets than movies even. Like really, they take video games super seriously. They are huge cash cows. So maybe they would give it the studio it deserves. They would really use the technology we have to make it good.
Oh, they can make like Friday the 13th or something like that.
That would be fun. Just do something like that. But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of hopes for it. I would be totally satisfied with it just being a game kind of like, no, I think Hail to the King was actually like a sequel, its own story. I wouldn't even mind if they gave me a game where I was playing the movies. Like just give me a game and I'll play through the first three, or that would be fun and make it kind of an open world vibe.
I used to get so frustrated with that damn PS1 Hail to the King. That was
yeah, because it controls like shit. The mechanics are garbage. I mean, on paper, the idea is fun. The fact that they got the voice actors fun. Bruce Campbell's in it.
It was cool. How it first 10 minutes I thought was awesome. I was like, oh, this is gonna be sweet because it had all the cool cutaway scenes and everything. But it was shit. Or
I can imagine a Ash vs. Evil Dead type game, which is kind of like was it Fistful of Boomstick? What's the one that was on PS2? It was more of an action game where you're around. You're in modern day. You're in his town, right? And the Deadites are on Earth. So it's kind of like an Ash vs. Evil Dead thing. I would like for them to take another stab at that. Can you imagine being in a big, whatever Michigan town it is, and it's like a Spider-Man PS4 game, right? Where it's a big open world in the city, and there's like missions. There's like fucking Deadites attacking people and stuff like that. I mean, just give me something where I can lose myself into. It'd be fun. And then
I could see them making it like the conclusion of the series too, like him in the fucking post-apocalyptic world.
They're gonna do. Oh, that would be fun. I could see them, do it like they tried to do with the Ghostbusters game. Like, this is Ghostbusters 3. It's never happened. This is the official sequel to Ghostbusters 2. We're in this game. They'll actually make it canon. Which, by the way, that game doesn't hold up.
You know what? But, I do love Ash vs. Evil Dead. That's great. That is so rewatchable, man.
It's hilarious.
That's a fantastic series. And I still need to buy it on 4K or Blu-ray or something. But, because I'm dying to rewatch it, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe they canceled that, but fucking, Walking Dead's still going.
You know what? 3 seasons, it's perfect, I think. I mean, they didn't overdo it, and third season was fantastic.
My opinion is no show benefits from going past 5 seasons, and you can definitely tell a complete story in 3. So 3 to 5 is satisfying.
Oh fuck! They killed the dog. I don't like this movie.
Too bad.
He's
playing in heaven with Zowie. You don't do it high enough.
Zowie, no! Oh, Zowie. I thought Zoe.
Zowie, dude. How many times you watched that movie? What?
100.
God dang, man. I love that kid, dude. I love Drew, buddy. I want to squish his cheeks.
You want to fuck him?
You want to pound his cheeks. That's different.
I think I watched Frozen 2.
Oh, stuff his cheeks.
I think I watched Frozen 2 like 4 times this past week.
Oh, yeah.
I actually really liked the second one. The first one was dog shit, but I liked the
okay, so I've seen them both too, and the second one is better than the first one. I thought the first.
Oh, it's propaganda.
I watched
propaganda. They're trying to make our kids fucking gay and shit.
Okay, I watched the first one for the first time.
You never see those YouTube videos? They're fun.
Okay, I watched the first Frozen this past year, and I thought it was overrated. I'm like, this is what nobody could shut up about. This fucking movie. I'm like, there's like a million Disney movies that are better. There's Pixar movies that are better. I'm like, I didn't get it. I watched the second one, and I did think it was better, but it's still not a movie I'm going to watch again. I mean.
I was fighting with a friend of mine one time. Like we were arguing over something, and like it was one of those where he realized he was wrong, but he didn't want to admit it. And then like my other friend that was there at the time, he kept saying, "Just let it go, Zach. Just let it go." And I started getting pissed off at him. I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you the bitch for Frozen all of a sudden?" And we all started laughing, and we bonded over that.
That's funny.
We bonded over that.
I don't even like the songs in that first movie.
No, I don't either.
I didn't really see what was so special about it, but I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe they just liked her tits.
Yeah. What else you been watching? What you had to watch a River like a Frozen? I'm sure the kids making you watch that. What else has been spinning?
Probably wouldn't know. I mean, I watch.
You wouldn't know the fucking crazy shit he watches. He's fucking hardcore.
Blippy. I don't know. That's the big thing to watch. You know what Blippy is?
Blippy.
Yeah, Blippy. He's this YouTube character. And then I watched.
Oh, is he that guy that like kind of got into like a weird fucking thing where
he took an upper decker.
What?
Yeah.
Something weird.
What is that?
Okay, so this guy is like a YouTube sensation for kids. Like he's like one of the biggest YouTubers for kids.
He dresses like a cartoon character.
Yeah, he dresses. You got the stupid suspenders, the bow tie, the hat, and everything like that.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Kind of, but he like goes around to different like kids gyms and all this. Just plays around in all these kids things. And
what a good
like
guys! What a good plan he's got to sneak in those kid gyms. Continue.
But he was actually known on the internet prior to this. He took an upper decker, and like he got like a lot of backlash for it. So I think
what is that exactly?
Sounds like a sex move.
It's where you take a dump in the top of the, you know the bowl, not the bowl, but the where the water is.
In the tank.
Yeah, you take a dump in the tank or whatever. So I don't know. I found it hilarious after I found that out. I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
I didn't even know that was what it was. I remember people were saying that like he had some scandal, and I remember looking into it and thinking that's not a scandal. That's just fucking dumb. That's just stupid. That's something I would have done.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
where do they get a load of Zach if he ever gets a kid show, man? That's they'll see scandal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but this was prior to it. But I guess he like rebranded himself, and yeah, now he's a millionaire. Which is
what's
funny,
the purpose of an upper decker? I imagine you do it in somebody else's toilet as a prank. I think
he made a YouTube video doing it. So I don't know. I'm googling it right now. Blippy upper decker. We'll see.
I can't wait to see the
images. Sorry, no results here.
I can't wait to fucking see what comes back to bite our asses, Zach.
Hell yeah!
I'm guilty by association. By the way, it's still what you say is going to affect me too. It's just how it works. That's okay though. I
see that'd be the fucking most poetic thing ever. Is if like I get in trouble for something you said.
That would be weird.
I'm the one that says all the fucked up shit.
Yeah. Allegedly. I don't know, but
does that dude have a nose ring? What is happening here?
It's so weird, man. I know it looks. I always think he's got like a droplet in his nose, like a booger in his nose. He's got a runny nose, but it's a little nose ring. It's the fucking weirdest thing in the world.
He needed that so that we knew that he was still a person because it can't mimic that.
No, but hey, Zach, I think we're safe, man. I said it from day one when we were like right in the middle of the hashtag Me Too's and the insensitive stuff. Like, I think where we're at, it's going to blow over. And by the time anything is at the era where it can bite us in the ass, people won't give a shit. It's already died down a bit, I think.
Oh, do you think it like gets you flagged by saying that?
Oh, I don't get, dude. We all our shit gets demonetized. I don't give a fuck about that. flagged. I don't know.
Oh, they released a weird thing. Facebook did during they were like, oh yeah, because of the coronavirus, we have less people in the studio reviewing these flags we're getting. So you might lose your channel even if you didn't do anything wrong against our TOS.
You mean like as far as defending a flag, or you can just automatically get a flag?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there's Milo. Okay, I see him next to Keith David. Oh,
YOLO Minneapolis,
dude, Keith David, man. Sorry, Todd. I know Todd's been wanting to play Mortal Kombat with me online all week, and we can't sync up. But I played last night for a few minutes. Because I wanted to download. Because if we do play, I wanted to get everything downloaded because I haven't downloaded the last 3 DLC characters, and I knew it might take an hour to do everything. So I started doing that, and I played a couple of rounds of Spawn. He's good. A lot of fun. Keith David plays his voice too, just like he did in the HBO show. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a good character. They got a lot of characters in that. Oh, they got the Joker. Sindel. Everybody was throwing a fucking bitch fit about Sindel, how they changed her image a little bit. And I don't know.
They fucked with their tit sizes too.
Yeah, dude, people were losing their fucking shit when this game came out, and they shrank all their titties. So here's my opinion.
They were spurging. Because
you had people on one side in the last game, and in the last couple of games, that were like, why are their tits, why are they all the same? They got these giant tits. Okay.
Yeah, their tits always looked goofy as fuck, I thought. Like, really fake looking.
They didn't look proportionate. They had, like, really muscular shoulders and broad shoulders, big tits. But they really nailed, with the last game, though, MKX, they nailed the female design. Looks way better. I actually think MKX looks amazing. But in this one, they still look good, but they gave them all, like, B cups or A cups. And it's weird because I get what people are saying. Like, not everybody has to have grandiose fucking giant jugs, right? But this is just as bad. I mean, women are versatile. Like, not every woman looks the same and has fucking like tiny mosquito bites. Why is everybody afraid of just making people look different? Like, give somebody
B cups
bigger.
Are not mosquito bites.
A cups are mosquito bites. Yeah, B's are not mosquito bites. B's are perky and nice. B's are fine.
All titties are nice.
Yeah, lack thereof, I guess.
Yeah, I was wrong about Blippi, so you'll have to Google it on BuzzFeed.
Slander. What did you just slander him? What was wrong?
I Googled and found it on BuzzFeed an article where he takes an explosive diarrhea shit on his nude friend's ass.
Oh, it's worse.
That's just as fun. That's like finding out he did a cum tribute. Like, what if? Would you guys be like honored if someone did a cum tribute?
What's that? Like, they take your photos and take a video of them jacking off on them, or what?
Yeah, they print out your picture and then cum on it.
The title of the article is "Kids YouTube star Blippi regrets the viral video in which he poops all over his friend."
Oh,
why would you regret that? That's a good time.
I used to give cum tributes. Hey, you know what? I don't know why that, like, not on video, not on video, but this brought back a memory. Okay, so I know it always kind of goes back to this fucking degenerate shit, but Todd, you remember being like 11 and 12 and being at that age where, you know, you're jacking off a lot, like in the shower or whatever. You jack off, right? You're okay. So I remember.
I'm married. Of course I do.
Okay. I remember, no need to kid. This is a safe space, Todd. We tell the truth here. But no, I had a Playboy that I acquired from a friend. And it had, in this particular issue, it had that Indian porn star, Sunny Leone. Sunny Leone. Or, do you know her?
Dog.
No,
okay. Now she's like a Bollywood star over there. She ditched porn, but she's like a big movie star in India. Anyway, she's a gorgeous woman. Anyway, I came up with a brilliant plan. I'm sure somebody has to have done it too. I'm not like some genius, but I was ripping out the pages because they're almost like newsprint, you know, some of those magazines. And I was like, when I was getting in the shower, dude, like, you know, the steam was like making the walls kind of like sticky and perspire. So I would just put the pages on they would stick to the tile. And so I'd be in the shower with like these pages all over the tile. Like, oh, and I could just stand up and jerk off on them. And I literally gave.
How old were you?
Like 11 or 12.
You cummed on the pictures? I've never done that.
Yeah, I did, dude. I shot a load right in one of the faces.
Like, you can't use it anymore.
Did your dad ever catch you or anything?
No. Well, dude, I fucking tore them down and cleaned up the evidence. I didn't leave it in there for the next person. Can you imagine? The next person takes a shower and there's fucking like wallpaper on the tiles of like Indian chicks spreading the coochies, dude, with my cum load in it.
Oh. I always fucking busted the nuts in the fucking conditioner bottles and left it there.
No, you didn't. Shut up. No, you did not.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I should have.
Okay. But you know what though? I was wondering at any point, was anybody going to be suspect? Because while I always cleaned up the evidence, there's a certain odor that not Cumsack. There's a certain odor that like a hot shower and steam that's dampening newsprint leaves behind. I don't know what it is. It just smells like hot newsprint. I don't know. I could smell it. Like when I walked into the bathroom, it's like I smell steam and newsprint, and it's weird. But
well, there's always magazines in the bathroom.
True.
Who's gonna think anything?
But it's different. Yeah. That was my cum tribute confession.
I just thought of something. What would you do if you went to your mom's like, hey, my computer's fucked up. And you look at it and you're looking through it and you see that she has like mom and son porn bookmarked on her browser. What'd you do?
No, dude.
Would you try it? Would you go for it?
God. Would you?
Hell yes. No.
Oh, then why are you asking?
Because it's funny.
Was it you and Mac that were talking about something like that? And you were asking, oh yeah, was it you guys? Maybe I was listening to Mac and Zach, a new one, but you were talking about how Mac's parents were having sex and you wanted all this detail on it. You were asking, I'm like, dude, that's your fucking aunt. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I wasn't asking crazy questions, but like just the fact that I was asking questions, he was like, quit fucking asking questions. You want to know what fucking noises she was making too?
Your aunt.
And I was like, actually, now that you mentioned it,
you are kind of an oddball, dude, an odd duck. Like I said, Matt, you guys, I get it. You and Mac are cousins, but you might as well be brothers, which makes it even worse. And you would watch his porn video and look at his cum shot. I'm like, I don't want to watch anybody's cum shot, to be honest with you. But if I knew it was like my brother's video, I'm especially keeping my distance. Why would you want to watch that? Todd, would you watch your brother's fucking sex tape?
Hell no.
That's like
no.
Maybe I'm the ultimate alpha and you guys are both omegas or betas.
That's fine. I'll be a beta for that. I don't care.
Yeah, for in that area, dude, I'm totally fine. I'll submit.
I'm like the alpha hunter and you guys are the beta hunters from Resident Evil 3.
Okay. I'm stoked for that Resident Evil 3. Dude, Resident Evil 3 comes out
looking like frogs and shit.
Looking like Freddie Jackson. Dude, that comes out in 10 or 11 days from this recording.
You know what? I'm a little more excited for 3 than I was 2 because I was never a big fan of 2 on the original PlayStation.
That's crazy talk.
I'm not a big fan of 3, but I'm hoping I like it. I didn't hate 3. I just thought after playing 2, 3 just felt like, oh, this is like an extension.
It really did. It felt like an extension with better mechanics.
DLC version.
It had better mechanics. Like the weapons were the coolest, and she had like the pivot move, right? She could do more in the right. So, but yeah, it was more or less like an extension.
It might seem more high school,
and it seemed just small in scale because we just got 2 where you had 4 scenarios, 2 discs. It felt like you had more content. Then they gave us a game with 1 disc, which just did she only have 1 scenario or did she even have 2 scenarios, Jill?
Just 1.
Yeah, just 1 game, 1 scenario, 1 character.
That was originally just gonna be called fucking like
a prequel. That was 0, wasn't that 0 or what was that? 1.5 or
it was just. I think it was just called Resident Evil Code Nemesis, and then they changed that with Code Veronica because Code Veronica was going to be Resident Evil 3, and they just like changed them for some reason.
So, but
I had Code Veronica as well. It was a pretty decent game, I thought.
I really liked Code Veronica when it came out, and I liked it better than 3 at the time because it felt like something different. Because we had just gotten 2 and 3, like they seemed like they were kind of similar in the way they looked. So the fact that we got a new game on the next generation and it seemed a bit different, and to have Claire back, I really liked it, and I thought the story was I think the first taste of Resident Evil getting convoluted in the story. At the time, I liked it, but then it's like it just showed what was to come with how crazy the story was getting.
That whiny fucking dude in the game,
Steve Burnside.
I always imagine fucking him in the ass and making him squeal like that.
Dude, like you hear him getting attacked, and he's like, "Help me!" It's
you sound just like him.
Yeah, it's bad, dude.
I should fuck you in the ass, and you should do that.
He looks like Eddie Furlong. He always looked like John Connor.
Oh yeah.
But I downloaded that on I have that on the PlayStation 4, the PSN, and I was playing it, and I was having fun with it. I stopped playing after a couple of hours, but it was kind of clunky. I'm spoiled now now I'm officially spoiled after playing. I finally played the Resident Evil 1 remake like a couple years ago. Loved it. Then 2 came out, and I've tried. Riverman still hasn't played it, and I think 2 is the best Resident Evil game that's ever the remake. It's the best Resident Evil game they've ever done. So now I'm spoiled.
Really? I think 4 is the best, but that's just
I always liked the original Resident Evil 1, and that's still very nostalgic for me.
Oh, absolutely. I'd go 4-1, and then I'd probably go.
I think the remake of the original is still my favorite.
The remake, I hadn't played.
Is that the new one?
No, he's talking about the original that was on GameCube and then PS2. And now it's in HD, and you can buy it on PS3, PS4.
You never played Zero still.
I haven't played Zero. Is that the prequel to the first one then?
Yeah.
Aaron has.
Well, here's the thing. I've never actually played it, but I watched my brother play it because we had a GameCube. We had a GameCube in our bedroom, and he had Zero. And he played the remake, and he played Zero. And I watched him play it for the most of it, but I never actually played it myself. And after
that's like saying I've nenever fucked anybody, but I've watched somebody fuck somebody. You don't know how it is.
It's not really the same at all, but I get where you're coming from. No, I have the collection, and when I finally played the remake, a couple years ago, I loved it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why I slept on this. I had it, and I had it for years on GameCube. I still never played it, but after I played that, I'm like, I've heard every review under the sun that says Resident Evil 0 isn't as good, and I didn't want to follow up the great experience I had by going right into a inferior experience. So I wanted to give it some time. You know what I mean? So I still will play it, but no, dude, I have to be honest with myself. Resident Evil 2, that remake, dude, that game is just fucking. It's 10s across the board. It's so much fun. I'm so stoked for 3.
I'm still fucking butthurt they didn't put a B scenario, a real one.
I'm kind of butthurt. They're probably going to do that stuff with the new one. I mean, we're probably going to have less content again. I'd like to hope that they went all out for this remake and gave us like another scenario or really did some service to it, but it's probably not. But yeah, I hope it's not going to be just like the original 2 and 3 next to each other, and this one isn't as replayable. I don't care about the online thing personally. It's cool that they added it, but it's not going to be for me.
I will never touch it. Probably.
You know what I mean? It's cool that they got it for people that want it, but it's like I hope that's not going to take the place of other after game modes or anything.
I love 7. I think it's a fantastic game. I wasn't a fan of 5 or 6 though. I mean, I played 5 a little bit, which I couldn't get into, and 6 I never played that
Chris
much. I played
punches a boulder.
Chris is punching boulders. He's retard strong in that.
And
I
7
actually
or 6?
No, 5.
Oh, 5.
I played the hell out of 4 like everybody. I've actually kind of wanted to go back and play 4 before 6 came out. Maybe I will play that. I know.
Like 5?
I didn't really like
Aaron can't play 7 because it makes him sick.
Yeah, I have a hard time with first person shooter. First person, it makes me nauseous. Did
it's
you?
The most like the original.
Did you beat it?
Original 3.
Did you beat it, Todd?
No, I didn't beat it. No.
Well, how much time did you put into it?
Oh, I don't know. Probably about 8 hours.
Oh, you got that much time into it?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't played it since. I wasn't far. I remember the part I was dying at, and I just put it down was when the dad was looking for me. And I was hiding in the hallways, and he was like busting through the walls and shit. You know,
yeah.
Kind of early game. I died a handful of times, and I'm like, okay, this is making me sick a little bit. But did you have a hard time with that part, Todd?
No. Oh, bust through the walls. I did at first. It took me a little bit, but yeah, I got through it.
Okay.
Since the actual game time's only 6 hours, but yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot.
So Zach, here's my
It takes me a while to get through a game.
Here's my promise to you, Zach. I'm going to play it tonight. I was actually thinking, it's just like movies. I have these things that I want to play, and then when it comes time to, okay, now I need something to play, I forget about it. And I wanted to cleanse my palate because I went back to the Yakuza games, and I played Yakuza Kiwami. And then after I had a big story game again, I'm like, okay, I need to cleanse the palate with something simple. So I finally played Rogue Legacy. I know that game's been out for 7 years, but are you familiar with it? The 2D platformer thing?
Oh, no.
Is that good?
It's fucking great, man. I dumped 40 hours into it while I've been in quarantine. It's just an old 2D throwback. It's kind of like it's not really Metroidvania. Like you have to beat you don't have to beat it in one go, but like every time you die, you start over at the very start of the castle or map.
Gotcha.
So you kind of have to, but it's one of those games where I think if you get really, really good at it and you level up your character and you can boost your stats, you're supposed to be able to beat it with like a couple of guys. But it's so addicting and fun and getting the coins and stuff. So I played the fuck out of it. Now I think it's like I'm officially satisfied. I've played a lot. So now I want to go, and I was thinking of a game I could play before RE3 comes out. And this is the opportunity. I'm going to try and beat 7. I'll see if I can stomach it. I have a new game room since I last played it, and the TV's like right in front of my face now, and it's really big. Maybe that'll make me more sick, but we'll see. I'm gonna take it in stride. But I really liked it from the time I played it. I'm not used to. Maybe it's maybe it's a lack of conditioning. Maybe it's because I don't sit well with FPS or first person games, that I stay away from them. Therefore, I have no tolerance. Right? The new Doom came out, and I would love to be able to play that because. Same thing. The first Doom game, on the PS4, I didn't get to finish it because it made me sick. But from when I was playing it, like, dude, this is so much fun. I wish I could stomach this because it was fun, and it made me want to play. Like, maybe I should be playing the Switch versions. Maybe with like the lower frame rate, I'll sit better with it. I don't know if that makes a difference or what. You've
got to retard your betaness to finish these games.
I mean, I know it sounds like a PC thing, but on the PlayStation 4, they should give you the opportunity to lower the frame rate in the options, because I would try it. I don't need like 60 frames. I really don't. I know people love that with action games, but I don't fucking need it, dude. I don't need it. It's not a big deal.
We're seeing the most memorable scene in the movie.
Yeah, this is fucking killer. Oh yeah, we need to talk about this movie.
This movie's dank.
That looks like Donald Trump. His head.
Hell yes. Fucking what's her name? Griffin. She's gonna pick that up and take a picture with it. People are going to be pissed.
Kathy Griffin.
And I'll take it and fuck it.
I swear, every time I watch this movie, I forget Keith David's in it. I'm like, oh yeah, Keith David's here.
Be right back.
Would you suck his dick?
I mean, if he matches the stereotype, I probably couldn't take it, man. Probably couldn't handle it.
You wouldn't Keith his David?
No. Dude, yeah, this is fucking creepy as shit, man.
Hey, if I ever came to you and told you, like, oh, hey, put these glasses on, believe me, you got to see it. Would you, like, just trust me, or would you start kicking my ass? Well, I mean, I would kick your ass because, I mean, you're the bitch between me and you. But just, just for argument's sake.
I don't need an excuse to kick your ass. You could just look at me the wrong way. I mean, dude, yeah, that thing is fucking disgusting.
I would fuck it.
Isn't it crazy, man, that we have these flicks that are damn near 40 years old, and this looks better than what we have today? This looks better. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And I know CGI has gotten a lot better, and like certain types of films that can be really pretty good, but it's still
it's came so far to still look fucking fake.
Well, it's stalled. Like, I think it's kind of like console gaming, to go back to that, right? Who's excited about PS5 when it's really just PS4 Pro Plus, where we've hit this weird stall point of graphics where they start tweaking other things, performance, power, speed. I mean, CGI has been in the same place for 10 years, I feel, right? Mm-hmm. We kind of hit the peak about 10 years ago, and I don't know if it's really getting any better. If anything, it's technique that makes it look better. I think CGI and really dark scenes and darkly lit, tends to look a bit better, but it's never going to look good when you have like a fucking dragon in broad daylight. It just doesn't. But yeah, it doesn't look as good as this. And I get it. It's fake too. But you know what? If there was really an alien that possessed a head and had spider legs come out of it, it probably would look like that. That's probably not far off, right? I mean,
mm-hmm. Fucking Paul Bunyan's such a dick.
Yeah.
He just had to go and try to hit somebody.
I wonder if Kurt Russell would ever work with John Carpenter again. They seem to still be like good friends. He's like a great example of someone who's pretty loyal. Unlike someone like Jack Nicholson and Roger Corman, because Corman gave him, he was in his early stuff, and I think I think he's cool with Roger Corman, but there was an interview where I don't know if it's Corman or Jack Nicholson said it, but basically one of them was saying about the other. Somebody asked him, would you ever work with Roger Corman again? And he's like, yeah, I'd if he can pay my salary, I'll work with him again. Like motherfucker.
Fun fact, part of the fear instilled into the thing came from the AIDS epidemic that was making itself known at the time of filmmaking. See, isn't it odd that this fucking whole exploitation we had set aside still fucking makes sense with the corona shit? It's donk.
Yeah, I mean, the whole paranoia and all that stuff, and you got a real cabin fever vibe with this too. We didn't even know it, but we basically could have did pandemic exploitation. We need to throw cabin fever in our pandemic.
We've already done it, but we can do the remake. That's the exact same movie.
No, I mean, like, we need to throw it in like a playlist, probably, if we're gonna do like a separate. It kind of is. This is, I mean, isn't that not biohorror?
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean,
the Sci-Fi Channel planned to make a 4-hour miniseries sequel in 2003, but nothing ever came of it.
okay, good. I'm fine with that.
Oh, the Sci-Fi Channel, they would have done it justice.
Yeah, I'm sure. What is it? I don't know what I was thinking of. I lost my thoughts, but we've already talked about that in recent times. I think sci-fi has caught up a little bit. Like TV in general has caught up. Sci-fi used to be all schlock, but I think they're capable of keeping up with the Joneses. Like, I think the Chucky series will be probably capable. And what other franchise did they get for a horror show? We already talked about it. They got another.
They didn't fucking pick up the Tremors one, which was stupid.
Yeah, it's weird. No, they're doing the Romero. They picked up the Day of the Dead show or whatever, which I'm kind of done, man. We don't need more zombie shows. We need to let the one that's still fucking beating that dead horse to end first.
Why are they making it now? That fucking looks like it looks like that fucking show is starting to, like, people are starting to get annoyed by it.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, I've never seen an audience turn on something. It's not even just like we're tired of it. It's like now it seems like something that's cool to not like. For me, as from what I see, but clearly it still makes them money because they still do it and they have their fucking spin-off shows and everything else, so it's still got to be pulling in.
Have you watched a single second of Better Call Saul yet?
I watched the first couple of episodes a couple years ago, and I didn't really. I need to watch it, but yeah, it was okay.
It's a completely different show, but like, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm watching the new season as it's going now.
I mean, I'm sure I just have to get a little bit of time, but it feels like the first season might be something of an investment I have to give.
Did you watch El Camino?
I still didn't, and I saw that. I'm like, "Fuck!" I need to watch it. I need to because that came across my Netflix scroll. I'm like, "Holy shit!" I've been looking for shit to watch. I'm like, "I gotta watch this," and I put it in my watch list. So
that was like a big event, and then people forgot about it.
Yeah, I know.
Happened at the end of the year. All the good stuff comes out at the end of the year. It's easy to forget about shit.
Well, I'll try and watch it. I have to watch it when I have some time alone because, but I want to watch it. What the fuck?
See, if I ever made a sequel to this movie, I'd make it their cum they have to test. Put hot shit in their cum. And then if they're it, then like fucking a giant sperm comes out and attacks them. Out of the cum.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Not really.
You think the only real reason that his blood reacts like this is because he's got diabetes?
Yeah, maybe.
What if he isn't the thing at all and it's just because he's got the diabetes?
Isn't it weird? This is arguably, in my opinion, one of the most recognized roles Wilford Brimley's in, and he doesn't have that signature mustache.
Exactly.
It's really weird. I don't know what he's probably most known for. I mean, maybe like Cocoon. I don't fucking know. Tell me, everybody, what is he most known for? Like I said, he's got a terrible Cajun accent. This looks awesome.
He's probably most known for diabetes.
Yeah, at this point, check it and check it off. And that's awesome. That looks like Pee Wee Herman, dude. Effects. Large March.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fucking terrifying to be tied up next to that.
Yeah, yeah, it would.
See, I guess everybody on set thought like he was going too overboard with the effects. Like, yeah, this gore isn't gonna. This is just gonna turn people off.
Well, I hear that's kind of the feedback they got. Like he got shunned because it was like, this is exploitation at this point. It was so gross. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of mainstream gross out horror, did we? That had a budget.
It's weird. Like, we go in like phases. Like there was a big time in like the early 2000s, late 90s where
it was all about gore porn. It was like Saw was mainstream. It's like, what the fuck?
No, before it came back, they, like, for a while they were like, oh no, it's about what you don't see. And then like the Final Destination movies kind of kicked that out of place because they were like,
it's still some of the best special effects ever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you've been gone like an hour. We were just talking about that quite a bit, and but yeah, how it still looks better than what we get today. CGI will never top this. Even though CGI, I'm not going to retread it, but I was telling him that CGI has stalled, just like gaming consoles, where it's like the graphics aren't really getting better at this point. CGI peaked about 10 years ago, and it's more or less the same. It stopped growing. And like that little spider head, right, that you missed, that looks amazing. I imagine if that happened in real life, that's probably what it would look like. If a fucking alien infected a head and it started growing legs. I mean, it's pretty close, but I can easily tell you that, Sean Connery as a dragon in Dragonheart, that's not what a dragon would look like in real life if it existed. That's a bad example. That's mid-90s CGI. That's terrible.
Even early 2000s CGI is fucking awful.
Yeah, no, I mean, but there was clearly a curve. You could date it. Up until like 10 years ago, you could clearly date the movie on how the CGI looked. There was...
See, is that Wilford Brimley they just set on fire? See, he was just in the corner hurting. He could have just been from the diabetes. Fucking assholes.
Malo, 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 malo. Yeah.
Did that say Chud on it?
Doubtful.
I said Chud.
Hey, Riverman, you ever tried to watch Chud?
No, I really haven't.
It's a shit movie. I can't get through it.
Because how many sequels they have? Like 3 or 4?
There's two movies. Yeah, there's 2 movies. That's it. I've never tried to watch the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would.
But the Chud. It's actually better than the first one, which isn't saying much.
I was thinking about rewatching Friday the 13th because I haven't seen those in probably about 10 years. So
I really enjoyed your Mac and Zach commentary over it. It's better than the movie itself. I still think the original Friday the 13th is overrated.
Really?
The original Friday the 13th? Yeah, I think it's
great.
I think it's overrated. I think it's too long. It really needed some editing. I don't know. And I think fucking Sleepaway Camp, even though it was copying it, I think it did it better. It did the whole whodunit first person horror, first person thing. It did it better.
Sleepaway Camp 2. I got that on Vudu not too long ago. It was like $6. I fucking love the second one.
$6.
Yeah. I don't buy physical media anymore, really.
See, I asked Shout Factory, I was like, are you guys going to make an updated, like, Sleepaway Camp box set since you got all the movies on Blu-ray? And they said, yeah, we have no plans to. I'm like, what? You could just make it look like a survival box again, and you, like...
I still have that.
Yeah, I still got mine, too. There's like 2 versions. The first one they put out had the Red Cross logo on it, and they had to stop it.
Mine didn't have the Red Cross.
Change it.
I thought it did, but it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The only times I've watched the second and third one with you guys when we did our commentaries. Yeah. I'm with you guys. I mean, I liked the second one. I thought it was really enjoyable. The kills were real fun. The third one was like Resident Evil 3 to Resident Evil 2. It was like the lesser companion.
It was the B-sides.
Yeah, the B-sides. And then I watched Your Ass Stinks. That one, where I didn't know Felissa Rose was under that shitty prosthetic.
That's one of my favorite moments of the podcast was being like, what do you think of this character, Aaron? And like 3 times go by where you're just like, I think they look stupid.
I don't know if Todd, were you on that episode?
That was Josh James was on that.
Yeah, talk about gullible, man. That was me. I don't know how that flew. But I wasn't as engaged with that movie. I don't know how closely I was paying attention. Maybe I would have.
See, I wish I didn't fly so close to the sun. That's the only reason you noticed.
Yeah.
If I just would have hung back a little bit.
Well, when did I notice? Did the reveal get to me, or did I figure it out?
When I said it the last time, I was like, so what do you think of this stupid looking character, Aaron?
Oh,
what do you think
really
of him?
laid on the mayonnaise hard. Like, what do you think of this really shitty looking fucking fake ass character, Aaron?
And then finally you're like, wait a minute.
I see tits. I see a rubber nose.
Did you guys ever do a commentary on Children of the Living Dead?
No. Oh.
That'll be the next one I'm on.
Okay, so it means we got to do it. Dude, that's a shitty movie, man.
Oh, yeah. I remember I bought the DVD from Best Buy.
Yeah, it's one of
Savini's in this thing.
It's one of our good memories.
I remember seeing the cover of that at the video store and thinking like, oh, this looks donk, and I never got it.
And that has a rubber mask zombie in it the whole time.
Well, I gotta say, so it looked cool, and this was before. I felt like this is before the home video market really started exploiting the Of the Dead moniker.
Yep. Right.
Because now, if we saw Children of the Living Dead now, I'd be like, okay, how's that different than City of the Living Dead? You know, fucking Fetus of the Living Dead, fucking Prostitute of the Living Dead, all these different fucking weird living deads because nobody owns that fucking thing.
Prostate of the Living
Prostate of the Living Dead. But no, at the time though, it almost seemed like almost legitimate, right? It's like, oh, this is, this has whatever, and it's got Tom Savini, which obviously like they're legitimizing it, and Todd bought it with his hard-earned fucking baker's grocery store money. Poor guy. And we remember we took it back to your house and we watched it, and the intro scene was fucking awesome.
First 10 minutes is great.
I don't even know if it was 10 minutes, man, but they just blew their wad because it was, on a farm, and it was Tom Savini kind of basically.
It was probably originally a short film, and then they needed to fucking stretch it out.
And it basically was him playing Blade again, right? Wasn't he Blade again?
Yep.
Like maybe not in name, but same character basically, leather jacket, machete. And yeah, he was just kicking zombie asses. And then after that was done and the movie actually started, it was one fucking guy in a rubber zombie mask. It looked like the Haunted Mask, the Goosebumps TV show.
They need to make a movie where Tom Savini's going around sucking zombie dicks. Like, that's the way to uninfect him. He's got to suck the poisonous out.
That's funny, man. Well, we might, dude. What if you're onto something, and that's what happens in our Corona post New World, where you find the cure and it's having to suck a bunch of dicks.
Exactly, communism. I said so.
You know what? What if
communism? Is that what you said?
Wasn't that Dave Chappelle skit in one of his stand-ups? Like, what if you found out the cure to childhood cancer was Michael Jackson's mouth on the dick, like sucking your kid's dick?
God.
Like, we'd have to dig him up.
What?
Make fleshlights out of him.
I think this is when he was alive, but it was pretty funny. No, I think Zach, you actually nailed it on the head. I could see that because it feels like maybe that first 5-10 minutes was its own thing because it's a totally different world. Then after that ends, and I don't remember anything about the movie, but I have to believe that had nothing to do with the principal story. Because
they were trying to get a deal. The distributor's like, oh, we can't put out a short film. Here's $5. Go fucking film the last hour and 20 minutes.
And it was just one zombie, a guy in a shitty rubber mask walking around, and I don't know what he was doing. I don't remember anything about it, but
so take this with a grain of salt because this was Riverman and Aaron circa 2000 when we first saw this. So the first 5 minutes might be dog shit now.
Oh yeah, it probably is. But you know what though? I feel like we've seen the bottom in watching the Zombie King. I don't know if it's going to be any worse than that. And that turned out to be a really fun commentary because there's just so much to make fun of.
We need to do like of the Deadsploitation where it's just like the last couple good one, like Burial Ground, where the fucking midget's playing the kid so that he can bite
Mommy,
into
I
the
want
titty.
badly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be donk.
I mean, we're not gonna run out of movies anytime soon.
You guys ever seen that Flesh Eater movie, which was basically the guy that played the original zombie in Night of the Living Dead made his own movie, and he's basically like, oh yeah, this is his story continued, and he like almost got sued by Romero, but he couldn't sue him because he didn't own any of the characters.
Was it just him as a zombie?
It was like a very shot like he didn't shoot it on VHS or anything. It looked like it was on like 35 millimeter, and yeah, it was just like fucking that zombie going around terrorizing people, like held up in a farmhouse.
Yeah, I mean,
I watched the 50th anniversary edition or whatever the hell came out.
They shot new scenes.
Dog shit, dude. It was terrible, dude. It was so bad.
Yeah, they put it out as like, oh yeah, it's got extended versions, but really they just shot new scenes and put them in there.
Yeah.
So as a way to try to like copyright it a different way.
Hey, which Romero movies have we not done? I mean, did we ever do Land?
Nope.
Did we do Night? I can't remember. Did we do Night?
Nah, yeah, we did the remake of Night.
Okay, so we did Dawn. We didn't even do. So we've only done Dawn in the remake, right?
We done Monkey Shines.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. I know. I don't ever want to watch that again. I don't like Monkey Shines. I don't like Martin.
I like Martin.
Beta. Martin.
Damn, Gina. I know. The show's.
How y'all been?
I've actually never seen the original Crazies.
It's decent. Like when I first saw it, it reminds you a lot of Dawn of the Dead, especially stylistic, and it came out like I think a few years earlier, But I mean, it's no Dawn of the Dead by any means.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just hit lightning in a bottle. I mean, Dawn of the Dead was just this perfect storm, and it's still that's an awesome movie. I just don't think anything else he made compares.
You don't like Bruiser?
I do. I actually like Bruiser.
I don't remember Bruiser. I think I tried watching it like in like 2000, like in the high school days.
Yeah, let's borrow it because it had Misfits in it. That's like
yeah,
it has the Misfits.
Michael Graves Misfits.
Yeah.
I don't remember it though, so that's one I might have to revisit. There's another movie there's a lot of those movies.
90s for Cinemax movie is what it is.
Yeah,
it does. It has a very straight to Cinemax feel to it.
Kind of reminds me. It had that same feel as like The Mangler with Robert Englund, right? Yeah. Movies like that. You know what would be another cool movie to do that I haven't thought about in years? That Robert Englund Phantom of the Opera. That's probably shitty.
I've never seen it.
I watched that for the first time like 2 years ago. It isn't good.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, see, I don't know how I judge whether I've seen a movie or not. So like we rented that back in the same Kentucky house where I told you I rented Haunted Ween stuff. We rented that because they were marketing it as Freddy Krueger. You know, Freddy Krueger is like on the cover. He might even fucking had I don't know, like what have you seen the cover of that movie? How they were selling it? Like
he doesn't even look like that in the movie, which is it's total bait and switch.
They were really selling it as, hey, Freddy Krueger in this movie about.
It looks like Freddy Krueger on the front of it.
And then we watched it. I was like, wow, this is. I was a little disappointed. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember the very beginning of the movie where all I remember is him playing piano. Whoever cursed him. And he's like, I want people to love me for my music or something like that. And then somebody's like, that's all they'll love you for. And he burned his face, right?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. And that was like in 1995. I haven't seen it since. So it's probably shitty.
It is.
Or we could also do like fairy tale exploitation. You remember there was this like weird explosion of movies like Rumpelstiltskin?
Oh, yeah.
There was like this weird explosion of movies like Rumpelstiltskin, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and like I think it might have been like on the heels of Leprechaun being a success. I don't know, but there was a shit ton of them. I want to say, God, who was in Sigourney Weaver and Sam Neill was in one. Was that Rumpelstiltskin?
I think it was Snow White.
The Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs one. But I actually seen Rumpelstiltskin a couple of times. I'm forgetting. There's more though. There's just this trend where like
Pinocchio's Revenge.
I would do that. I've seen that a handful of times in my life.
Kevin Tenney did that movie.
Who?
The guy behind Night of the Demons.
Didn't they do a sequel? Or no?
No. For some reason, it's called Pinocchio's Revenge. It implies it is a sequel.
Yeah.
I guess it's just referring to because Pinocchio.
He's getting revenge. Geppetto diddled him, and now he's taking it out on his next owner.
Yeah, you think fans of Geppetto call themselves Geppetto-philes?
Did you just think of that now?
I thought about it before. But yeah, like there's always people cosplaying as Geppetto. You think they call themselves that?
I think
they should make a version. It's a horror recreation, and he is a pedophile, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna be my real boy," trying to fucking lure kids into his van and shit.
I think that would be fun. I don't know if we start not taking kids in vans. I think whether we dedicate a month to doll exploitation and we do like the lesser known, the non-Chucky, non-Puppet Master movies, and throw something like Pinocchio's Revenge in there, or we do a 90s fucking fairy tale exploitation. We do the fucking Rumpelstiltskin. We do all that bullshit that was coming out at the time. That'd be kind of fun.
Fucking the Silent Night, Deadly Night films. There's 5 of them. And on the 5th one, fucking Mickey Rooney plays a toy maker. And his name is Joe Pedo.
Oh, really?
They thought that was clever because at the end of the movie, it's revealed that, all this shit that has been going on is all like his creation. He's like the Joe Geppetto character. He's created these toys.
That's great.
And the main kid actor is like not a real kid.
And now that's just how you would describe a generic local fucking diddler.
But they didn't make him a pedophile. That's how stupid they are. They called him Joe Pedo and didn't make him a pedophile.
Can you imagine if your last name was Pedo?
I would love it.
I don't know if like
I might name my kid that just for fun.
I don't feel like the term, the slang pedo was a thing in the 80s and even in the early 90s. You know, when you watch all those old movies, they don't call people pedos. They always call them perverts. What are you, some kind of pervert or something?
Oh yeah.
You know, they would say generic, like general terms. I mean, Zach's a pervert.
Chimo is better.
Chimo, yeah.
Oh, child molester, Chimo. God. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of cool shit. Wow, this movie's actually almost over. It kind of flew by. Can I read a few questions, Zach? Is that all good with you guys?
Yep.
Go for
All
it.
right.
We barely talked about this film.
Yeah, but
It's
we
a great
talked about
film,
some
too,
good shit.
but
Yeah,
We've seen it so many times.
This is what happens whenever we finally get Riverman on. It's just let's fucking talk about shit exploitation.
Well, I mean, what hasn't been said about this movie? It's just one of those things.
We got all excited and forgot about the movie.
Hey, Riverman, we got an interview. So we got a question on your guys' old Stephen Jeffries interview. Not a question. Sorry, we got a comment.
Oh my god.
Was that real?
I don't know.
I finally was able to do it. I mic'd my asshole and did it.
All right, change your underwear while I'm reading this. No,
And
someone.
I can smell it on the mic now.
Donovan Wirt.
Oh,
Donovan Wirt, dude. If anybody uses your mic, are they gonna get pink eye? Sniffed it. All
I'll
right.
give you a virus.
Donovan Wirt said, "Love Evil Ed" to the Stephen Jeffries interview. The Stephen Jeffries interview where you can't hear shit because Lush had a shitty mic and it's like you hear a bunch of background noise. It's really funny. I haven't even watched that in years, but I remember not.
Look. You can see his breath, but not the other guy's breath. Obviously, he's one of them. Or they just shot the movie in 100-degree weather.
Yeah, thanks, Donovan Wirt, for checking out the video. Check out our other commentaries if you're still listening, man. Thanks for the comment. The Comical Canadian, I think he fucking just left some spam. It just says, great video. Keep it up, dude. I swear to God, I get this comment like on every video we do, and I think it's just like a spam account. I'm sure if I clicked on it, it's somebody with like they're just fishing for likes and friends and subs. So fuck you. Unless you're being genuine, then thanks. But you're Canadian, so I can't trust you.
Well, the Stephen Jeffries thing, is that what you want to know about what he was like or what?
No, I'm way past that. I wasn't asking anything about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You've had a few.
They hung out. They drove to the fucking thing to pick him up and shit.
Lush put his tongue in his mouth, right?
Yeah,
He
went
put
to
his
the
tongue in his mouth.
He bought his breakfast at the Waffle House, and yeah.
That dude was in porn. Why wouldn't you put your tongue in his mouth?
He was actually a really, really good guy. I was very impressed with Stephen Jeffries. I was, I don't know. I mean, he did put out a little bit of a vibe to Lush, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, he was definitely a good dude. I wouldn't watch his videos, but
I did watch one of his videos on our commentary
Yeah,
for Friday night.
He did.
I judged his cum shot, and it was not that great.
He was judging his cum shot. I refuse to fucking do that.
It was like a fucking 2 out of 10.
so he was the top, or he was what? He was the bottom.
Oh, he's
Was he-
definitely the bottom.
Okay,
That's the inside joke of it all.
power bottom.
Hell yeah. He was very high pitched and squealy when he got fucked.
Somebody left a comment on that interview recently too, where they were saying it was a missed opportunity that Lush didn't ask about the porn movies, his porn acting. In his career.
Yeah, I think we conducted the interview prior to the Waffle House and the kiss from Lush, but yeah, he probably should have done that. Absolutely,
because it's like he did it. It's out there. It's like so you're saying you were closer knit with him, but after, and you would have done if the interview came later. So what'd you guys talk about at the Waffle House when you guys were getting more comfortable and friendly?
Oh, he was asking us a lot of questions about our life and all this stuff. It was kind of weird because it's like he's a total opposite of what you think a celebrity would be like. He wasn't very like.
He's not really a celebrity.
A D class celebrity or Z, but yeah, he was more interested in us, which is kind of weird, but that's fine with me. He was a very nice guy. I liked him.
It's funny because he's considered like, oh, he's not a celebrity, but if I walked into a fucking restaurant and I saw Adam Sandler sitting there, well, probably not Adam Sandler now that fucking Uncut Gems came out, but like 2 years ago I saw Adam Sandler sitting next to fucking Stephen Jeffries, I'd be like, fucking Stephen Jeffries, what is it like getting fucked in the ass? I want to talk to Stephen Jeffries. And I that's just a fucking a way to break the ice because I already know what it's like to get fucked in the ass.
All right.
No, I would never speak ill on Stephen Jeffries because he was a great dude. So
he didn't talk about anything. He didn't get any like interesting tidbits or facts about himself or his life. He asked you what kind of questions did he?
Man,
what kind of questions did he ask you?
He was asking us personal questions. Our
Oh yeah.
jobs, our lives, our families, all this stuff like that.
He was marking out because he's a big fan of BTM podcast.
Yeah, I wonder if I wish you still knew him now. I'd be like forward to stuff. Hey, go ahead.
I think Lush talked to him after the fact. He called him up, and they used to shoot the shit on the phone. But I was never that tight with Jeffries. I just met him that one time.
That's weird, man. They had a phone relationship after that.
Yeah, so.
You said the Lush was all about making them friends in the industry.
He's a gabber. He's a gabber, absolutely.
Grade A schmoozer, but when you're a grade A schmoozer, you tend to also be a grade A bullshitter too.
I'm more of an introvert, so I'm not really into. I don't really care.
You think he ever went over to Stephen Jeffries' house and Stephen Jeffries put on a porn, and at the end he was like, "Oh, Stephen, amazing Stephen."
Bravo.
The way he took that dick. Yeah.
Yeah, is that what happened with Tom Savini? Didn't he like pretend he loved the movie?
Yeah, it was fucking disgusting. Dude, I don't know, man. I could just smell the shit smell all over him. I just know he was just all so off his ass. He's up everybody's ass. But anyway.
You need that in a friend.
Anyway, interesting. So the only thing I want to ask, though, is how did the Waffle House come about? Did he invite you? Were you guys hanging outside and he just came outside? Well, I'm going to lunch and
he invited us to go get breakfast. Or
who the fuck turns down waffles?
Probably maybe around noonish, maybe a brunch. And
where did you guys meet up? Did you guys run into him in the elevator, like after interviewing him?
We were at his table talking to him, and I think he needed to grab a bite or something. He's going to take a break, so he didn't have a car. So I ended up driving him and Lush, and he was like, "Well, we'll just go to Waffle House." And then he's like, "I'll buy you guys brunch or whatever." Like, all right, free brunch. So we went there, we ordered, and he was very, very personable guy. He was a very nice guy.
See, I'd be using that to my advantage every time I talk to a friend. Like, did you know I ate lunch with a porn star and they bought my lunch?
That's true. I need to put that on my resume.
Dude, you ate lunch? Yeah, dude. A gay porn star bought you lunch, dude.
No, you don't bring up that it was a guy. You just bring up the porn star.
That's funny, though.
Then it's not as cool.
How come we never had those experiences when I went to the cons with you after that? Like, I got Fred Williamson fucking cut me down.
That was her story, dude. I love that.
I got Tom Savini fucking insulting me and my kin and my mom and everybody. Yeah. I have way different experiences than you. That was the first Crypticon you went to, right?
Correct.
You bring out the worst in people.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, loaded with drama, dude. I just
Hey, did you see who's at the most recent Crypticon?
I've seen a couple here and there. We'll see if it's still. What?
They're banking. They put our logo on the fucking cover. Did you see that?
Oh.
They're saying that we're gonna be there. 20
no,
years.
They fucking ripped us off. It's the 10-year anniversary, and it's our 10-year anniversary, and they have like the gas mask, dude. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Let me look this up. Are you kidding me?
It's similar. It's eerily similar.
That is what they did, but it has nothing to do with the podcast. Probably.
Look, is it T-shirt Joe that gave him that?
No, it's not the exact same. But it's got our vibe.
Oh, it's the gas mask, dude.
Yeah, it looked. I mean, we obviously don't own the fucking gas mask. It's been used a lot. But come on, man, it's a fucking gas mask right in your face.
We trademarked the gas mask. Don't lie.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of people.
I mean, we're both celebrating like our 10-year anniversaries, and we have the gas mask around here. But you know what? I feel like the Crypticon people have been very impersonable. I don't know. I just don't. Yeah. They answer your messages when you're trying to buy a booth, and they'll hit you up about like getting the payment and everything else. But after that, it's just they're kind of cold. I get it. They got a business to run and stuff like that. But Nate was always seemed pretty talkative with those guys. But I don't know. They just ever since they. I
don't think they liked us, dude.
No, they didn't. And I felt like I said, they directly digged at us because we went there the first year we were all there and we had our table. We had a great weekend where we got interviews, and I thought we were, I guess it was soliciting, but we were handling it with class. We did it at the right times. And they were saying yes. Nobody said no. I mean, nobody had, and I guess, I don't know if it was the people bitching about it or if it was the convention stepping up saying, hey, look, we noticed, you guys doing this, I don't know, but they nixed that. They literally put out a fucking calling the next year saying, hey, look, we're not going to name any names, but there will be no fucking podcasters walking around and interviewing people.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because you think these people wanted to like promote their shit and
I don't
get their
know
names
if,
out there again.
but I don't know if it was them. I don't know if it was like a celeb, because everybody we talked to seemed generally cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it was. I don't think it came from them. Now, who knows? We might have got a couple of complaints. I don't know. The only person that rejected us was Kane Hodder.
Yeah,
I think. Who knows, man? Maybe someone like Herschel, dude. Maybe he was a nice guy, but maybe he like afterwards he's like, how about you keep these fucking kids away from me?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I'm glad we interviewed him because that was the last time we saw him, and he's dead.
Yeah. You know what's funny though, man, dude?
That sounded like fucking. Sorry to hear about your friend Josh.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Dude, I absolutely hate that. I absolutely hate that we lost the fuck. Why can't I spit out her name? Freddie Four. Fuck. What's her name?
Oh yeah.
Lisa Wilcox.
Lisa Wilcox. We lost that interview. Like, why did that not go up right after the Jesse interview? The fuck.
My hard drive got wiped. I don't know how.
And she was into. She gave a cool interview. I don't really remember that much about it. But she was super personal, and she was sitting right across from. Yeah,
she's still a bub.
And man, I wish we still had that. We never posted that weird fucking Sharknado interview, which I could give two shits about, with that chick with the fake tits. You know, the gypsy, the gypsy chick.
Yeah, that's the Asian girl.
No, that's Bai Ling. The gypsy, the person who played the gypsy in Thinner, right? That actress. And she's also in The Crossing Guard with Jack Nicholson. She's hot as fuck, but you know, she's kind of she got like Botox lips now. But anyway, I did an interview with her, and that just never saw the light of day for some reason. And then the Bai Ling one, I actually, I sat behind her table when I was talking to her, and she was into it too. She was talking ad nauseum about her fucking self. And she had her accent. Oh, I love American film. You know?
Dang.
She was selling 8x10s of her naked, dude. And she really, she was like in The Crow. She was probably pitching that pretty hard. I mean, she just lives off that. And I think she was in Dumplings and, stuff like that.
I did like Dumplings. Good.
What's that?
I did like Dumplings.
I like Dumplings too.
Scott Taylor Compton's going to be there again. She was really cool. I liked her. Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. I feel like the Lisa Wilcox interview and stuff like that would have done, because people like those old interviews.
Yeah.
And the Scout Taylor Compton, that's gotten a lot of traffic over the years.
Zane's gonna be there.
Billy Zane, that'd be awesome. Fuck it. There's somebody else that was. The chick from Ash vs. Evil Dead's gonna be there. The chick.
Yeah.
Where she's got a weird hotness about her.
She does. Absolutely.
I don't know. Like, she's very unconventional looking, and she's kind of got a big schnoz, but it works for her. She's hot, but.
Yeah,
I'd let her fuck me with that schnoz.
Yeah, okay, but no, I just so Todd, those interviews are gone. There's no possible way of ever getting them back, right?
Zero. My computer's toast.
This predates the cloud, by the way, people.
Yeah.
We didn't have a cloud to back shit up, so that's a bummer, man.
Lisa Zane, is that Billy's sister?
Hell yeah.
Oh, it looks like her. Yeah, that is her. Yeah, it looks just like Billy Zane too. She got the big eyebrows, the big Zane eyebrows.
Oh.
You know what? I feel like I gotta make up. I feel like we should reach out to Lisa Wilcox and do an audio interview, just to, because I feel like, hey, we fucking lost it. I feel like we need to do it again.
You think she's like been looking at the website, like, when the fuck are they gonna post that?
Yeah,
like she's still counting down the day.
Well, I messaged her after that, and she was like, yeah, it was really fun, and I said, she's like, yeah, let me know when you get it posted, and I'll share it. I'm like, okay, and it never came.
Remember we were taking video of what's her name, Margot Kidder, when she was like insane before she died.
Oh, and we lost that footage.
Yeah.
Fuck, Doc, man.
Yeah, she was. Because she was like, I don't know, talking to herself and shit, and it was weird, man.
Yeah.
Because we were right across from her. Our table was.
Dude, if I could go back in time, I wish knowing that Fred Williamson wasn't going to ever interview us, he never had any intentions of letting us interview him. He was just bullshitting us the whole fucking time. I would have taken our camera up to his face at the table and asked him questions and at least got a couple responses out of him, even if he would have been smart ass. That would have been funny, dude. We still have those clips.
I brought my Hammer poster, one sheet poster, because I wanted to get him signed. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get signed on, Saturday or whatever. Yeah, he was gone on Saturday. He left after the first day.
What if he's the guy that was bitching to the convention? That'd be funny.
He's not, dude. He doesn't do that many conventions. I don't think he likes it. I think he's like, this is pathetic. What the fuck am I doing here on these crackers? Ain't no
Because
brothers out here.
he was sitting in the bar by himself, and then we went up to him, and he moved to a different table because he didn't want anybody to sit with him, dude.
Yeah, like somebody was asking him a question, and he's like kind of nodding his head, and he just drank the last of his shot, and he's like, yeah, and he moved away. Like, it was a total asshole move. It was so funny, man.
See, me and him would have got along.
So why was he outside where anybody could approach him outside having a smoke? You know, because that's where we
he was
approached
watching
him.
the fire dancers or whatever he was doing, watching the bands.
Yeah, I mean, like, and then we approached him, started talking, and he was giving you that, dude, it was that whole attitude the whole time where he's like not really looking at you. He's just like, yeah, like, get the fuck away from me, you fucking fly, you mosquito. Nodding, just saying, and it's bullshit. And then, I don't know, he's an asshole, but whatever. Funny stuff. I just wish we had
stop watching cartoons.
I wish we just had something to document it. I wish we had something on footage, man.
I wish the listeners love hearing these stories, dude.
If he's got a cameo, we should give him $20 or say, "Hey, Edward, stop watching them damn cartoons and get it on the show."
But he was being a dick, and I was being kind of a dick back after he was being a dick. You know, I was taking the piss out on his career.
You're having a dick measuring contest.
That's when he got punched in the dick.
Oh yeah, I wish I had the Bout of the King stuff. I wish somebody had a phone out and they were recording me getting punched in the dick, dude. I wish I had.
You were so yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the good times.
That's ancient times. We talked about that many times. Sorry, guys.
I don't care. We don't have Riverman on, so we kind of go into reminisce and shoot the shit mode and talk about old times. But the movie's over. I didn't even finish. I'm gonna read a couple more questions real quick before we wrap up. Ishmael Permew says, if this epidemic is going to cause everything to shut down, then I'm going to have to stock up on these sweet Revival House vids. I don't need toilet paper or water, just awesome commentaries.
Did you just say toilet?
Toilet paper. I don't say turlet. Who says that? Those fucking people. Just people that say turlet.
You just did.
No, I said toilet. I would never say turlet.
Rewind the tape.
And I would never say warsh. You know, those people say warsh.
My grandma said warsh.
Why? Where does that come from? I wonder.
I don't know.
But
we are Swedish.
That is, yeah, it is. I guess it is Swedish. So Ishmael,
I don't know.
That is a very flattering comment, man. I agree with you, man. Fuck rations. Fuck sustenance. Revival House has what will keep you going.
Hopefully I didn't disappoint in this one. I mean, I'm still a newbie. I haven't been on a podcast in a year, so.
Yeah, every time he comes on, he's knocking off rust.
Do you still have your fucking microphone duct taped to a fucking stick?
No, I actually have a desk down here in my dungeon, and I'm set up. I'm perfectly now. So
awesome.
If you guys ever want me on, just let me know. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we would have you on every week if you want. I mean, it's fun.
Well, I don't. Yeah, you guys are doing good things. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. See. Okay. And that Ishmael, that was a comment on our Fly. I'm going to read everything from the Fly. We released Jeff Goldblum's Cronenberg the Fly last week. So thanks, Ishmael. That was an awesome comment. And like I said, we second the motion on that. Oliver Closeoff also says, Aaron, the deleted scene of the baboon and the cat is available on YouTube. Just search the Fly deleted baboon scene. Cool.
Hey, baboon.
I should have to. I got to watch it, man.
I love it, man. It's a great movie.
Harley Kiner used to call fucking the kid from Boy Meets World baboon. That's fucking Ben Savage shows up in a deleted scene in The Fly. It's fucked up.
Mutineer says, when Biden loses, the media will get another 4 years of ratings off of whining about Trump 24/7. It's yet another turd sandwich versus giant douche situation.
Fuck yes.
I don't know about that. I am wearing my Trump hat right now, so you got to watch your mouth there, buddy.
Well,
that is the modern day dunce cap.
Or my CAG hat.
You really would think the news would be all about the Trump getting reelected because, I mean, they have fuel. Late night comedy writers, they all have fuel. Nobody was making fun of Obama. I was like, what else do they have to talk about? I mean, but who knows? Yeah, you're probably onto something there. I think everything's media fueled, money fueled, monetization. William Lowry says, right now is a weird time to be alive for sure. You go out in public and things seem fine, but then you start to notice how everything feels off. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping to finish college with a bang, but instead, it'll be just a whimper, given how we're transitioning to online only for the rest of the semester. Still, at the very least, I can finish things strong and then get on with the next stage of my life, provided the virus doesn't mutate into the T-virus and then really screws things up. Oh, right, The Fly, he says. Great movie, in spite of an abrupt ending. Gets 4.5 Jeff Goldblums out of 5.
That ending is the only way to end it.
I want to give a big shout out to Larry, because I love his posts on Facebook. He's updating his VHS collection, which is pretty cool, and he's getting a lot of good shit. So it was good to see him a year ago as well. So shout outs, buddy.
Yeah, he's a real funny guy and a real lovely guy too. So yeah, dude, we appreciate the comments as well.
Larry David?
Yeah, Larry David as well. And Mutineer, lastly, I'll say he has a couple of comments here. Mutineer says, I'm currently reading a lot of those classic old satanic panic books that drove everyone insane back in the day. The best part is how little the authors actually know about their subject. They don't even get the names of the musicians right half the time, how D&D is actually played, the basics of Saturday morning cartoons, or anything at all, really. And he also has a separate comment that says, Mr. Frost is a pretty good, groovy old Jeff Goldblum movie. Because I was trying to think of like really good Jeff Goldblum movies.
I remember when I was reading Lords of Chaos, they fucked something up. They said Danzig was the lead vocalist. They fucking linked it wrong. They said like I forgot. The actual story is that fucking the Danzig band is what became of Sam Hain or Samhain, however you say it. And they said it wrong. They said something else. I forgot what they said. But yeah, they got it wrong.
Well, the band, I know the band, they call it Sam Hain. They don't call it Samhain. But
kind of talking about this, I was wondering if you could kind of throw out a few books he's reading about satanic panic, because I find that kind of interesting. I'm reading a lot of books on cults right now, so if you can throw some out for me that I should check out, let me know.
Did you ever watch the first Paradise Lost documentary?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Of course.
The only one where they bring up the satanic thing, they just dropped it after that. They realized how dumb it was.
You ate my boy's testicles. Yeah. It's a good documentary, man. Anyway, we better wrap up. It was really cool having Riverman on. Hopefully he'll come back soon. Like I said, I assume, I mean, I don't know, is Cinema Enemas coming down the pipeline. River's going to be on that, doing the Poughkeepsie tapes. And then Deep End has made a comeback. And I don't know, Zach could have to tell me if that's up by the time this is up. I don't know. But regardless, Riverman's on 3 episodes this month, all across the board. I hope that one goes up just because we're talking about hopefully Rape of Two Corys. I mean, I think people stop giving a fuck about Rape of Two Corys as soon as it airs. So, but basically the new Deep End is we talk about the botched approach and execution of the Rape of Two Corys and our opinions on that documentary and how everything's all played out. And of course we talk about, the Corona scare, because when we recorded it, it's when all this lockdown shit started happening. And
they'll have heard that just went up on Patreon today.
Okay, fuck yeah. So, and speaking of that, that's a good segue. If you guys, we have a Patreon now. If you guys want to go and support, we put the links below. Whether you're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Store, fucking Stitcher, look below, or YouTube. We have the links to our Patreon. Check it out. A couple of cheap tiers in there, a couple of really cool goals we've set up that will, if we hit them, very realistic goals, we'll be able to produce more content for you guys, both exclusivity stuff like on the Patreon just for patrons and in the normal just free week stuff that we do. But check it out. Check out the tiers and just peruse it and give us feedback on what you guys think about the perks. But yeah, like Zach said, you guys all have the early content on there. That episode's up there now. You get everything 3 days early. And yeah, we'll do live podcasts and things like that for patrons and whatever, but go check it out. I mean, don't listen to me, yap about it. Make sure you guys are subscribing to YouTube and stuff like that. Hit the notification bell, follow the links to podcast services and leave us feedback and stuff over there. If you guys have any questions at all, you can find us on every social media, just about. We're on all of them. And if you have any direct questions you really want us to answer, email us. Like I'm putting it out there still. If anybody wants or is interested in podcasting, if you're a little experienced with it, or maybe you just have an interest in it and you think you could do it, hit us up at revivalhousenetwork@gmail.com, because we want to grow the network. So I'd be interested in talking to anybody that has any ideas. I know we need a new action centric podcast because we lost Hard to Kill. I think
they weren't that hard to kill, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. We need a video game centric podcast. I would love to do it. It's just too hard for us to keep up something like that. But if anybody's passionate about gaming and that could do something on a regular basis, whatever regular is, I'm not even saying you have to do something weekly, as long as it's consistent, even that if that's bi-weekly or whatever. Hit me up, hit us up there. I will respond to it and we'll hash it out and chat, and maybe I can hear something or whatever. But we're definitely interested in entertaining all of that stuff. Riverman, do you got anything you want to say? I know you. Hopefully, you'll be back sooner than later. But do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah,
to anybody out there?
it was a pleasure being on with you guys. You guys are doing some great work, and glad you had me back on. So hopefully, I can get on a little bit more if I am invited. So thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And Zach, do you have anything you want to promote? Mac and Zach, anything?
We gonna fucking do stuff, man. We're gonna do some more episodes at some point.
All right. Well, check it out. Oh, lastly as well, Teespring, guys. Links below if you guys want to support that way too. We got some really cool designs. Check that out. They always kick us back a nice chunk of change for every shirt sold. So that's a great way to support us. And I'll say it one last time. Peruse the Patreon. And, for the price of what you'd buy a basic bitch Starbucks coffee, you can support us for a whole month and get some bonus fucking goodies for it. So anyway, that's all I'll say. We'll check everybody out next week, and we look forward to it. Bye bye puppets.
End of the week at the Revival House. Next month's theme, you gotta figure it out. Italian zombies or Pauly Shore, a slasher with a knife and the girl next door, and 1 second in, get it all queued up and ready, hit play in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye puppets, Zach Pete and a solo cut band. Couldn't miss Cameron's love and Josh's Scott failed and Riverman's bail. Bye bye puppets. Sounds good, like this country used to.